Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for Celtic Cross. Like always with the Celtic Cross readings, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if a second energy pops up on your board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. I intentionally put the intro off because I didn't know up until the very moment this is going to be like a short intro or what I was leaning towards, a kind of long-winded, chatty intro, which we have not done for a while. I know, some of you really miss the nonsense. Yes, I know. Me too, actually. I miss our chats. Let's go ahead and do a kind of longish intro. It's been a while, okay? Let the hair down. We're going to take this stupid thing off because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being aware of the time. And I'm kind of sick of the onslaught of preview of communications I get that are currently slamming my inbox.
Boom. Phrasing.
Ah! It's been a week, guys. And once more, I'm not complaining at all, ever. No, I'm never going to complain about the work that I do. I'm very grateful for it. Like always, it's an amazing opportunity in my life. I consider it very much a blessing for the work that I do outside of YouTube, the articles, the columns, the things like that. Oh, no complaints, but real natural energy felt, obviously, about what goes into it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's real. The exhaustion is real. The pressure is real sometimes. But the point is you work through it. You give it the time and attention and the devotion it needs, and then that tension comes down. You've done a good job. You continue on. As we get closer to the holidays, I know it's going to come down. So there's that to look forward to, and I'm absolutely doing my part to ensure that. And then I get to spend time with you guys. Again, no complaints. And I love it. I love both my worlds. I love all my worlds. They have a common connection and skills and experience, and that would be communication. So be it verbally with you all or in writing, okay? It's all good. I love it. I get to exercise those skills every day, and I'm very thankful for it, like I said. Speaking of the busyness of the week, you will note that this check-in is half and half, so half of you kind of get glamorous sassy with the full-on makeup and the outfit, and then the other half of you get natural sassy. Kind of makes for a contrast, I suppose. But yeah, there's that as well. Oh yeah, it's been a heck of a week, but getting things done. All right, any notes? Yes, we have a couple of notes here. I see on the schedule. Let's take a look, see. Yeah. Okay, so Thanksgiving is fast approaching. For those of you who recognize Thanksgiving, right, you honor it, you practice it. Every year, it lands on the last Thursday of November. Thanksgiving always does. And Thursday check-in will continue on. I do it every year. In fact, I make it a point to provide that Thursday check-in on Thanksgiving. It's become kind of a tradition or norm, and that's based on the feedback. Initially, when I released any sort of content on the last Thursday of November, it's like, I don't know if it's going to take, but no, it actually performs surprisingly well. And then the commentary and the emails I receive later make a lot of sense, and it should do, because I experienced the same thing. You know how it is where you just need that break on Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong. We're thankful. Okay. We're in that space of being thankful and giving and love and appreciation and family gathering. But you need that 5 minutes from said family gathering to yourself. Be you the one that's visiting someone else's home, or you're the one hosting. Okay, even as a host, it's like I just need 5 minutes to myself, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to myself, and that's where I come in. You know, you just need a couple of minutes to yourself, and you check in YouTube. It's like, oh look, there's a video there from Sassy, and that's what I'm all about. I'm there for you all on Thanksgiving. I enjoy that quite a bit. It's fun. It's fun to be there for everybody when you just need a break or you need a breather. And for those of you who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm just there as usual. There you go. So it all works out. Christmas is going to be a little more tricky this year. Christmas falls on Thursday this year. So that, however, might need a little bit more maneuvering. I'll talk to you all about that later. You know what? Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to shelve that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. About what messages will look like that week. Oh boy. You know what? I'm I'm not, because if I think about the calendar, this is what's going to happen, guys. It's going to fill me with an existential dread, and I don't need that shit right now. So we're going to put that, over there. It gets its own little compartment, and I will get back to that later. Not much else is going on, but I am happy to report Minnie, she's doing great. She's in her 7th grade year. She makes all A's. Her advanced placements are just amazing. She receives amazing feedback from all her teachers, and our extracurriculars are on point. I love her friend group, her social group. Like, she's developing quite the social life. It's been amazing and just a huge privilege to be her parent, like always, and to see her bloom and blossom and develop her personality. And I love it. I love it. This is just amazing. I don't know how I got to be so blessed as a parent, but you know, she makes it seem easy. Now, the childhood years, the young years, no, not at all. That's a nightmare for anybody. But as they grow up and they become more independent and self-sufficient, you see where it all goes to. She's making it look easy. She makes parenting look easy, but no, she's just an amazing person. She's growing into an amazing person. I couldn't be more proud of her all day, every day. She is my pride and joy. And then my furry daughter, Cinnabbaby, she remains unchanged. She continues to be my bouncing bundle of furry joy. Love her to pieces. She is currently at daycare. No doubt when I do the in-depth readings for next week, she should definitely be home for most of those. And so hopefully she'll make some appearances there. But yeah, Cinnamon's doing great. My daughter's doing great. And let's see, where are we on time? Okay. So I couldn't help but notice in this round, there has been a certain quality in the readings regarding the lovers. The lovers has a tendency to make rounds. It's like I either see it constantly or I don't see it at all, right? That strong, powerful connection. It's like it's never there or it's always there. But there was something here about the lovers connection that popped up several times, I want to say, in very interesting and unique ways for at least 4, maybe 5 of the collectives. And it had such interesting qualities, and they were all a little different. And I don't know, something about it struck a chord in me. And I wanted to share with you all a poem I found once upon a time in my life when I needed to see it. This poem absolutely is the definition of what Carl Jung might say it was a meaningful coincidence. In other words, not a coincidence, but we put that word in there to kind of appease the inner skeptic in us, right? But it was definitely meaningful. And like I said, it appeared in my life when I needed to see it. And it really captures, I think, in such a brief, simple way, the strength of that connection and its complications too. And as many of you know, it's weird saying this because it sounds so pretentious, but I promise you it's not pretentious. It's for real. I'm a poet. I'm a writer. Okay. That will never sound normal to me, ever. It will always sound pretentious. No, but it's true, though. It's technically true. I am published. But, you know, it's my job then to read. It is my job to seek inspiration in sources and voices and things like that. And I've always been drawn to the arts, particularly voices, and the written word. That's my preferred art form. And this one, like I said, it struck a chord with me in my own particular situation when I needed it. With the lover's connection, you know, it's not quite like the Six of Cups. Now, don't get me wrong. You can absolutely have a lovers in the Six of Cups, and that's a very amazing combination. Okay. It doesn't happen often. But soul bonds we have. As many of you, if you're familiar with my work, you've heard me say it. We can have many soul bonds. That's why I never say soulmate. That has the implication of one. Soul bond is many. You can have many. And they can arrive via family, friends, not just intimate partners. Okay, so Six of Cups is already quite beautiful, and it already covers a lot of territory. But the lovers is a little bit more unique. Well, a lot more unique. It's very strong. And the connection in and of itself, while people might focus on the lover's piece, the passion and the chemistry, ultimately it serves a purpose. It's meant to challenge you or wake you up in some way. And we don't always get to keep our lover. Many don't. But if you're lucky, it strikes. Yeah, it just occurred to me the lyrics of Gypsy, Fleetwood Mac, which I recently posted on Facebook. Lightning strikes maybe once, maybe twice. A real, authentic lover's connection strikes once, maybe twice. And it does something. It acts as a catalyst. It makes you think. It makes you change. It makes you focus. It makes you feel. Okay. So, I want to share this poem with you that it crossed the time of my life when I needed it. And some of your readings, flip that switch on for me today. It was like this poem. Let me share this with you. It's called Lovers in Theory. So the first time I heard that kind of knocked me sideways. It's like, oh, damn. Lovers in Theory. Those words had literally crossed my mind in my own situation. It's like lovers in theory. The idea is there. The idea is there, isn't it? So, Lovers in Theory by N.M. Sanchez. Most of Sanchez's work is online, and that's very, very common for your modern day poet or prose writer. And it says quite simply and very effectively, our story ends here, and it has been fulfilling. I'll miss you terribly. I leave you lovingly. Until the next life. How do you know it's a lover's connection versus, say, let's just call it for what it is, a bullshit connection? The lover's connection, when you look back on it, and I mean you look back on it, you can honestly say it changed you. It wasn't just about the intensity of feeling. It wasn't just about sexual chemistry. It wasn't just how much you fell in love. What did it teach you? I always say this about the lovers. I don't know if you've been paying attention. It's one of the most challenging connections you will ever have. That forces you to look at yourself, to see things more clearly, to see yourself more clearly, to experience the things you never had before, to think the thoughts you never had before, and maybe even introduce you to change. I know when and where and how I connected to mine, and it was at the weirdest points in my life where I had a clear decision to either do what I have always done or change. Had my person not come across my path at that time, at that juncture in my life, I wonder if I would ever have moved forward. Probably not. But I also knew as time had passed, my lover was not mine to keep. So while the feeling was quite strong, the reality didn't match it. Right? The reality could not sustain the connection. And I saw this knowing that it absolutely resonated with me. So again, meaningful coincidence. It's what I needed to see for myself at that time. It made its impact. Literally 5 lines of poetry. The best poetry is very simple. It really is. But I'm looking at the timeline of this when I save this, when I archive this particular piece. 3 months later, I did the thing I didn't want to do. I knew I wouldn't see them again. But I'll always be thankful for them. It was a huge impact in my life. It wasn't mine to keep, and I knew that. But it was the catalyst that I needed. And it was painful, guys. I'm not pretending it wasn't. And the point is that I'm at peace with it. A good one. A real good connection you'll be at peace with. After all these lovers readings today, again, different varieties, types, situations, circumstance, approach, feeling, entry, exit, somewhere in between that. This clicked for me. It's like, oh, let me share that poem. Why not? Let me know if it resonated, if it helped you like it helped me once upon a time. I just want to let you know the good stuff, the real good stuff, it shapes you, it changes you, it calls to you. And it can be a painful call to try to answer, guys. But the good stuff changes you. You become more realized, not less. But yeah, once more, that is N.M. Sanchez. You can find that author's work on Amazon and then Instagram. I got to make another Instagram profile. I got banned on my original profile/email. That's another story. That's another story. That's another story for another day. Some of you have heard it, and that means you've been around the channel forever. But yeah, I do need to create another Instagram profile. All you have to do is switch emails or use a different email, and I'll do that because there's good stuff on Instagram. There are. It's not all just bullshit accounts that are gross. No, there is some really good. People are doing some really good poetry work, author work, painting work, all that good stuff is on Instagram too. Unfortunately, it gets drowned out in the nonsense. But yeah, this person's on Instagram. I'll post it somewhere in the title slide. All right. You guys, I just felt like sharing that with you. Oh, goodness me, 20 minutes. That's going to be a heck of an edit job, Christina. I hope that you are happy with that. Anyway. All right, you guys. That's all she wrote, I believe. Let me let you get on to your day and on with your reading. I will see you for the Sunday check-in, which will be the bi-weeklies. And I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? What's going on? Show me Leo, please. Show me Leo. Okay. First card down, Page of Wands. Crossing Queen of Pentacles. Crowning is the King of Wands. Okay. Past is the Three Cups. Exiting is the Hanged Man. Before you is the Hermit. Okay. Strengths, Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Environment, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. The Fools and the Hopes and Fears, and the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. All right. Right there. Opening your page. Page of Wands, little guy, a little bit of nerve, a little bit of, okay, let's see what's going on here. Queen of Pentacles crossing. Something here that's a little closer to home that you were thinking about working with, making changes. It doesn't tell me too much. There's a little bit of curiosity around that. It seems to be related once more to your home environment or directly how you deal with coin, okay, and how you perceive your own sense of self-worth, what's good for you, what's a good investment for you. Again, a little bit closer to home, and then your immediate territories surrounding this idea of work or competence. You're thinking about making some changes there. Doesn't seem to be by a lot, but you're like, well, it could have effects. It could have effects, and you want those effects to be positive. Okay, so you're taking your time with that. King of Wands is at your crown. Overall, you're showing me you feel good. You feel really good these days. Your confidence is up. Your sense of direction is up. You know, some of you are just your little trailblazers. You bring a kind of attitude and energy with you every day that's very admirable, very visible, very seen, very felt. Your energy is kind of contagious, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's good. You know, you put your fire forward in a very charming way, in a very positive way, and people react, you know. Three Cups is in the past. Something here we connected to, reconnected to. I don't know. The Hanged Man's on the exit. It's been a while, it seems, since you've had any sort of social activity. I'm saying it as non-specific. It's just open-ended at this time. It's kind of vague. It's like, you know, my kind of social, emotional connectivity days. I haven't connected to that in a long time. And that's, you know, something you're thinking about changing, actually. Some of you are thinking about, you know, it wouldn't hurt to open up. It wouldn't hurt to connect. It wouldn't hurt to get a little more personal. It's been a while. It has been a while. Yeah, that's been crossing your mind recently. There's no pressure on it either. You know, Hanged Man, take your time. Some of you have been taking a long-term perspective on connecting and at the social emotional level. And what does that mean to you? Okay, so again, no rush on that. Yeah, no, not at all. The Hermit before you in future. Yeah, I see you making some decisions here. It's based on experience and wisdom. But yeah, whatever it is that you've been thinking about in terms of making changes at the home, work, a combination of those two, and then anything regarding social emotional activity. I just want you to lean on your own particular experience as the Hermit, and that will guide you accordingly. It's a very comfortable decision, whatever it is that you do. Okay? I like it. You really seem to be concerned with keeping yourself in the present, in the here and now, not living in the past and not really bent on the future. You're in a very comfortable now zone, and I like that. I do. Ten of Cups is a source of strength for you. Beautiful. Your inner circle, once more. Family, friends, however you define it. So it's different for everybody. So family, friends, yes. Categorically speaking, that's as simple as it gets. But that can also include spouses, kids, lovers, whomever it is you harmonize with. The Ten of Cups, yeah? Again, your inner circle, you're saying it gives you strength. You do everything you do with them in mind. So again, that could be, when I say them, in this context, it could be 2 or 200 people. point is you're saying they're a big source of strength for you. You want everybody to be happy and healthy and to get along and harmonize as best as possible, and that makes you feel very content. I like that. That's a good strength. That's a beautiful strength. Okay. Nine of Pentacles in your environment. Yeah, it really, you just have stuff available to you right now where you get to make changes on your own terms, and I love that. I like that. It's a good place to be, where you're just kind of open to making changes. You're open to connecting maybe. Again, no rush, no pressure. You know what's right for you. I like this. I like this. I like it because everything seems to be at your disposal. Your energy, yes, absolutely. And then also the material world. Stuff is just at your disposal right now, and that's a good place to be. Many would call that enviable. So I like it. I do. In your environment, you're already thriving. You're already well established. You're very comfortable with who you are. That's excellent. That is excellent. So yeah, somewhere between making changes to your security and how you identify at home, okay, particularly your home energies, as it relates to your work energies. Yeah, it's yours to do with as you wish. I love it. You know yourself best. You know what's best for you. If you are thinking about increasing your personal sense of security, material-wise, it's at your disposal. If some of you are thinking about opening up a little bit more on the personal side, again, it's at your disposal. Whatever it is that you deem is worthy of you. Okay? You already showed me the Ten of Cups as a source of strength, so these are people whom you're already connected to in your inner circle. I think some of you are thinking about adding to it. Yes, I do. But again, no pressure. So be it at work, home, or a little bit more on the personal side, you're good. The Fools and the Hopes and Fears. Yeah, I'm not leaning too much on the fear side, and neither are you. It's more of a hope to open up to the right things, to the right opportunities at work, your own particular environment, and then those connections, whatever they represent to you, You just hope to. You want it to feel right. Specifically, I understand. That's a good thing to have. You want it to feel right. Nothing forced. You just want to be in the mood. You just want to do it when it feels good. Eight of Pentacles in the outcome. Yeah, see, there you go. You're working. You're very comfortable, very secure, very stable. I like it. I like what you got going on here today. Like I said, yours is that kind of reading that's enviable. I'm in the here and now, and I'm thinking about doing this, and I'm thinking of doing that. No pressure. I'm doing it because I want to, or because I feel it's good for me. I'm making some mild changes in here that might lend to my security, particularly in your home space, but also requires access to your resources in order to do that. So I just know that you're very comfortable, like I said, be it at work or at home. It's at your disposal. The most interesting piece is, will you get back out there in some way? Three of Cups, and it may not be romantic for some of you. But the thing is, I do think you want to add, maybe, you're a little inclined there, to add to your inner circle. Perhaps be open to options, yes. It's a possibility. But I like it. I like your reading today. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Any advice, please, for Leo today? They're really emphasizing personal choice. You know yourself best. You have a lot of wisdom, insight, experience attached to you. Roll with it. You want to see changes in your world, then decide upon it and open up. That's it, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Okay. So things in your environment have been going very well for a long time. You're grounded, you're founded, There's a lot of all hands on deck in there. So I know that you work with a lot of people, or you have community impact, bare minimum. You get a lot of cooperation from other people, but it's making changes in that division for you. It really is at your disposal. That's why they're not emphasizing it. You're an old hand at that. If you want to make changes at home, to your 3D home, okay, your work environment, your community, it seems, you can. That's a non-issue. Which is wonderful. It's a great place to be in. Congratulations to you. Okay, I love what you do. I don't even know what it is you do. I just know that you have a wide impact, or you cast a wide net. And you worked your way into that with the Hermit. It's good for you. It suits you. It really does. A lot of community impact in there. But that aside, the Four of Cups. The Hanged Man is exiting. So I know, and with the Fool there and your hopes and fears, I know part of you is waking up a little bit more on the personal side, socio-emotional. Because it's kind of like saying here with the Four of Cups, my outer world can't give me everything. Goodness knows I've tried. Yeah. 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 You're thinking about making changes a little bit more personal for you in here, you know? And you seem to have a core inner circle attached to you. Good. That makes me happy. Again, family, friends, however you want to do it. They're very important to you. But you're saying you would like something a little more in there for you. Okay? Because, yeah, your outer world, it is highly put together. It is very stable. It's very consistent. It requires a lot of work. I see that, baby. You got it. Okay? Excuse the background noise. It's pickup day. But it's like disappointed, though. It can't give me everything. You're right, it can't. Okay? And I don't want you to think that you're wishing for more. I don't really see that. It's just an honest conclusion. I have a big world that's very satisfying. It's very stable, but it's not giving me everything. And that's not you criticizing the universe, and it's not you criticizing yourself. No. It's just a simple truth for you. I'm surprised you didn't show me the Ace of Swords. It can't give me everything. I'm still kind of, if I'm being honest here, I'm aching for a little more. And that's it. That's all you're showing me. That's it. You know, you're not showing me ingratitude. No, not at all, for your abundance or for your way of life or your connections. No. It's just a simple sort of admission. I'd like a little more for myself on the personal side. It's like it's been a while. Well, honey, you're very charismatic. I can see you can be quite the charmer there. I see that you can be. Yes, absolutely. So, you know, the Emperor, the World, Knights of Pentacles. There's an influence here that is no more. The Emperor, the World, Knights of Pentacles. And you've been kind of doing your own thing ever since. So I don't know what that Emperor is to you, but it's kind of a commanding authority, perhaps in some way. That seems to be old news. Okay. But you've been going your own way in a very steady pace ever since. That would explain why you have so much comfort in your world. But yeah, there's an influence here that doesn't reach you anymore. And you've been marching outwards ever since. I don't quite know what that is to you, but it seems to mark a distinct chapter in your life about moving forward and being very steady, consistent in your world. Okay? Doing the best you... That's all you've really shown me. I've done the best I can every day. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. Yeah, someone here that we made a point of not talking to, emotionally detached from, and stopped talking to them. It's coming across as a very masculine figure, someone whose word or opinion we no longer valued or wished to have. Okay. Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. And that's, I would say, I'm surprised you didn't show me the Ace of Swords about my foundation, my world. It gives me a lot. No complaints there. You don't contest that. But you're saying it doesn't give me everything. It doesn't give me the personal touch. There is a little bit more of a personal touch here you would like to obtain. Okay? Someone who can match you a little bit there on those frequencies. Yeah, a little bit softer. This one did come across as a softer, perhaps attractive feminine, or again, a sharing of energies there. But that's the truth. We don't have this kind of strong, heavy-handed influence anymore. We made it a point to kind of get away from that, exit it, or get it out of our lives in some way. And I think some of you have been doing your own thing since, and you've done a great job. But you can't help but wonder if at time it's kind of a heavy-handed energy. I don't want that person's opinion or influence anymore. But yes, you'd like to connect to something a little bit more personal. I hope that you do. It seems, I see what's here, not what isn't. So I see the possibility of it. Yes, give, grounding, pause. Oh, this was a great... Okay, so this has been a heck of a time in your life. That would explain that pause. I always say it's Hanged Man's own pause. Grounding and give. This, you saw this. Whatever that cycle is to you, where you closed it out and you stopped seeking that person's counsel, influence, opinion, or word. and that was so distinct in your life. You decided, this is my opportunity to give back. This is my opportunity to get grounded for myself and give to others and be of good work or use to others. And you really have made a life of that. And it kind of put your kind of more personal social life on pause. And you're like, that's fine. I've got work to do. And so you did. And you're at that point now where you've done such a good job. You're looking around. It's like, but it's not everything. And that was explained why I'm saying that pause exit from you. The Hanged Man time is over. You know you want a little more. And something a little bit more closer to you. And it's time to keep going now. Okay. All right. Very good. Interesting. March. Did I just see that? Yeah, March. I'm not saying wait. It did catch my attention. I'm not going to lie. But for some of you, March. FYI. No. If it's time to open up, then it's time to open up. Full stop. And for others of you, it's simply now. November. Yeah, go on then. November to February. I don't know. I feel it, guys. I just feel this little something for you where your foundation again can't supply. And that's true. I absolutely agree with you. I experienced that too. It's like my foundation can only supply me so much, and it gives me so much already. And like you, Ten of Cups, I see that as a strength as well. But yeah, sometimes you need something just for you, an energy that understands you. Okay. All right. V, we have the Medallion of Cancer. Some of you have some very strong Cancer in your chart. Could be connecting to. This season might be important to you. That's kind of drawing me in it back over here. It doesn't have to be Cancerian. I also saw some Aries there, but that's not the point. Last Cancer season. Some of you. Might have been when you disconnected from that situation or person. Anyway, the wolf was in reverse. This isn't about territory. It wasn't like a pissing contest. We're not trying to defend territory, but we weren't trying to include them in our pack anymore either, right? Okay. All right, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. And yes, yours looks different. I had originally recorded yours with, obviously, the fellow fire signs, air signs, same day, and then thankfully I had to break that day because on playback I caught on yours several static pops, which one or two, okay, I could dismiss that, but it was several, and it kind of ruined about 5 minutes worth of reading. So yeah, decided to redo yours, and it happens. The horrible thing about static pops is that you don't know until after the fact. And I happened to catch that. Gosh, it's so irritating though, because it's extremely disruptive. Anyway, whatever, moving on. New day, new reading. Let's go. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sagittarius, please. Ooh, we'll be in your season before we know it. Everybody show me Temperance. Everybody, which is very normal when we're about to enter a new season. I see the upcoming power card associated with it. So, happy early rising, really. What's up? What's going on? First card down. Chariot. You know, it's so funny because I mentioned about how to redo yours in Cancer's message. That's their power card. So if you have any Cancer in your chart, check those out. Ace of Pentacles crossing. Crowning is the Lovers. Oh, slow down, honey. I can't even with all this energy. Oh, my God. The Past, the Hermit. Goodness me. So if you have any Cancer, Gemini, Virgo, okay. Exiting the High Priestess. What's up with that? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, it just got real. All right. Strengths, Knight of Cups. Hell yeah. Environment, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sure. No doubt. Hopes and fears, Three of Swords. Outcome is the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Excuse me. Apologies. I'm getting a little stuffy in here. The winds are going crazy. Perhaps you can hear it right now. And it's knocking around all that fantastic pollen. Yours truly is allergic. Okay. So naturally I live in Central Texas. Okay. Chariot is in your opening. Ooh. You are making gains right now. You are moving forward. Ace of Pentacles. It's kind of like when you get to where you're going, it's almost like you hope to cross that bridge when you get there. You're so close to arrival. So imagine this, if you will. This is how I kind of see you. You boarded a plane some time ago. Metaphor. You boarded a plane some time ago. You're in the plane. It was like a 14-hour flight, right? One of the long ones. You're in coach. You're near the bathrooms. So you made a whole investment there to really get to where you're going. Otherwise, you wouldn't have taken that flight, right? Like you had to do all the things to get to where you're going. Plane lands. Doors open. You can get out. You get out of the plane. You go up the tunnel. You're at the gate. You cross the gate. Because you're already on your way. Will you put this thing forward? Will you go for it? We claim that Ace of Pentacles. And Lovers is at your crown. Very strong connection. Very strong connection. It calls to you. Huge motivator here. Possibly the reason you got on that plane. Under all those horrible circumstances. And now that you're all the way there on the other side, are you going to cross that gate? It's there. It's yours for the taking. Or for the giving. I don't quite know. But it's there. Lovers at your crown. Very strong connection. The Hermit's in your past. You're not a casual person. I say that. You are not light-handed in your energies at all. I know you're typically associated with kind of fly by the seat of your pants, impulsivity. And that can be true for fire signs. They tend to move faster in general. Absolutely. But no impulsivity around this Sagittarius, none whatsoever. In fact, you're extremely grounded. You've made a whole lifetime out of that with the Hermit. Someone who's very steady in their character. Shows up, walks the path every day as they best understand it. Does their job every day, learns from their job every day, applies that knowledge every day. Very studious. Very meticulous, careful, patient, steady, considerate too. Okay? Whatever authority you have is based on experience and a steady character. So no, you're not willy-nilly. You're really not. You're not impulsive. Not from what I've seen. But no, you're actually quite the planner. You're very careful. The High Priestess is on the exit. Interesting. This is where it seems that, at least for now, you part ways with your intuitive self. And you see where this takes you. It's interesting. I'm not saying you turned off your High Priestess. I'm saying you turned down the volume of your intuitive self. You would know why. Maybe you're afraid that you're not listening to yourself, or that you'll hear yourself incorrectly. Perhaps some of you might be afraid that you'll tune into your fears as opposed to your inner voice. And that's why a lot of people might turn down their intuitive self, that volume on it. You're like, no. This one I'm going solely by experience. And my willingness to do this or complete this act. So, like I said, you're at the gate now. Will you cross it? Queen of Wands is before you in future. Methinks yes. You seem to be glowing. So, happy. Happy. Turned on, inspired, I don't know. Just triumphant in some way. But you are glowing. So it looks like you crossed the gate, the threshold. Sometimes, yeah, when it seems like we're on the verge of doing something important, very important, sometimes we just want to complete our steps as opposed to listen to ourselves. I think you just needed to complete your steps. And you really didn't want to listen to the intuition at that point, just in case. You just wanted to complete your steps. You made it so far. So I just see that there's a very, very powerful motivation at your crown, in your spirit. in your heart. And for that reason alone, it seems you completed the steps, completed the action, something that you set upon doing. The fact that you showed up with the Chariot suggests that you were very much in it, but you could have stopped and turned your car back around, you know. Queen of Wands, yeah, no, you look great. You look relaxed into your natural state of grace energy, as I would say. King and Queen of Wands. I think you got the results. Not that you were hoping for, but that you needed. Okay? Strengths, Knight of Cups. Yeah, I bet. Oh, goodness. It's not quite charm. You can get charm with the Knight of Swords. You can. Intellectual charm? Absolutely. That's the only real kind of... Knights of Swords, they're best trusted with busyness, goals, activities, and then communication that tends to run a particular course, more informatic. Okay, that's their job. That's their whole gig. But they can be charming because charming exists in intellectualism. Same is true as charming can exist in fire, Knights of Wands. Okay, that's a little bit more of the fiery side, the impulsive side, and the passionate side. So charming can exist there too. The Knights of Cups here isn't really charming. It's more like you can't help but express what you feel, which, of course, in and of itself is charming. I've always had a weakness. So it's like when somebody can express themselves from the heart and you see it, you sense it, you can see the truth in it. It can be very captivating. When someone allows themselves to smile, okay? Smile from the eyes and with their mouth, or allows themselves to laugh. They're not trying to hide or suppress their emotions. It just shows, and that's very attractive without trying. So that's why I often say the Knight of Cups is the poet. This is the one that speaks from the heart. And from your point of view, it might be that you just express yourself naturally and you don't try to hide it. You know, a lot of people spend so much time covering up how they naturally feel. Oh, I can't show that. I can't show that I'm nervous. You're fucking nervous. I can't express that, I have these kind of feelings. Then you're never going to get what you want. So I'm glad to see that's a strength for you. Okay? It came shining through. Queen of Pentacles in your environment. See, but when you're at home, you're very comfortable. You're very relaxed. A strong provider. Someone who's resourceful. Someone who can provide, like I said, and is protective of their domain. Whenever the King and Queen of Pentacles show up in an environment, that's like saying, this is mine. This is where I'm comfortable. This is my little corner of the world. I will defend it. So if I don't want you in here, you won't be in here. You're not allowed in here. Okay? Are you me or are you one of mine? Because if you're not me and you're not mine, you don't need to be here. So they build into their world accordingly to their comfort zone, to their comfort level, and then they kind of take that seriously. It's an investment. So I can see that you're very comfortable in your environment and you're a solid investor there. Okay? And I'm happy for you, but I'm seeing your external energy radiate under pure joy for having crossed a particular threshold that, quite frankly, up until you got there, you didn't know if you'd do it. But you did it. And it's a strong connection, I strongly suspect, is motivating. But still, you were you. And I don't know that you necessarily got what you hoped for, but you got what you needed. Respect. All right, Three of Swords and the hopes and fears, normal. Normal. I didn't even blink when it's like, oh, yeah, that old thing. Yeah, that's very normal. Hopes and fears. So, Three of Swords, heartbreak. Yes, absolutely. And then also classically in tarot, it actually just means rejection. Fear of rejection specifically, which of course can lead to heartbreak. And that's what people tend to focus on, is the projected result, not the actual sensation behind it. So the fear of rejection, if we're very afraid of it, we will cause rejection in our own way. We will make sure we're rejected because we're so afraid of it. By either A, we reject ourselves by not allowing ourselves to do what we feel is right, okay, or what we know is correct for ourselves. That can cause rejection for ourselves first and foremost. Or, fear of rejection of your outer environment and how something's not responding the way you want it to. And you are terrified of rejection, so it's really leaning into the fear here, okay? The hope obviously would be that you're not. So obviously the fear is coming through more here. It's not so much that it stopped you. So again, respect. Good job. And I would expect that from someone who has walked the path of enlightenment. It's like, you know what? Life happens. Okay? But you won't know what else can happen for you in life unless you put yourself out there and you cross the threshold, and you did. So I'm glad to see you overcame that. Six of Pentacles in the outcome. A balance. I don't know what that means to you, but it means something to you. There's a sense of balance here, that things are perhaps leveling out, okay, in some way for you. Now, that could be overall as it relates to your environment, work, home, personal home stuff, financial stuff, Six of Pentacles, back and forth, all as well. It could be that in this situation, things are evening out more in the real world. I don't quite know. Okay? But the thing is that you will have legitimate real world proof in front of your very eyes about how things are adding up. Okay? And you know what? Some people need that. So it's, again, I told you, it's not really what you were hoping for, it's what you needed. Okay? And what you needed is showing up. It's good. All right. Alrighty. Oh, no, for some, I don't know. I was looking, I was like, oh no, we're already at 20 minutes, aren't we? All right. I had my Wheaties. No, actually I didn't. I had my eggs. Eggs, egg white, heavy on the protein, but, you know, clean protein. Try to keep it clean protein. Why am I telling you about this? You don't give a shit about this. Anyway, I'm just saying I had my protein this morning, and I'm just, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm feeling myself. There's that Six of Pentacles again. Nine of Cups. And the Hermit says some of you have some very interesting Virgo in your chart. They're going to hate me this round. I don't want them to. There's so much positivity in theirs. I hope they see that. Anyway, perhaps check theirs out when we allow ourselves to self-sabotage, because they had a lovers type situation too. Theirs was much more of a critical feeling of being on the line. Yours is, I see the line and I'm going to step over it. It's something I need to do. So once more, congratulations to you. This is, I told you, it's not really about what you hoped for, it's what you needed. And in some way you put that out there, it's returning to you. It's being balanced. Literally, it's being balanced. You're very deeply satisfied, Nine of Cups. You like the way things are adding up here. You do. Because you get to see it in the real world, and you're getting to interact with it in the real world. And that's very important to you. It is very important to you. It's like somehow you want to see this function in your world. You needed to see that, and you're gonna. Okay. So even though it's external, connectivity in some way, it hits notes of this is what I had hoped for. Okay, the Moon, La Luna, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Something that's been very hard for you to work through. Very hard. The Moon, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. It's taken a lot of your internal resources and strength and your willingness to work through a very difficult issue to get where you are. Okay? You're that person. You won't leave something alone until you're satisfied. So even if it means you taking your work into a deep place for resolution, okay, whatever it is you're trying to resolve or work through, you will. It seems that you're not satisfied until things are settled. Okay? You have Five of Cups. Okay. Ten of Swords. There's something here where we're always regretful of, and it hurts. And you're doing your best not to succumb to that. Five of Cups, Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands. You do your best not to succumb to it, but rather work through it. Instead of having it sit there like a useless feeling that there's nothing you can do about it, you chose to work through it. And you took it to a deep place. And it required you to do some very heavy lifting of the self, but you did it. Like I said, if something here for the Sag I'm looking at does not sit well with you, you will work through it until you figure out what it is that you need, and then you make it happen in reality. So good for you. I mean that. That's the spirit I don't think I see too much, Someone who really does do what they need to do to bring into the world what it is they need to see in the world. Okay. Yeah, but you've had some heavy feelings here in the past, possibly an ending, a sense of sadness, loss, regret, remorse. We all have. Okay. Seven of Wands, but you did your best not to give into it. Instead, you dug deep in your own kind of quiet way with the Moon to find resolution. So yeah, Yeah, that meant you getting on a very shitty plane. All these horrible circumstances. But it's like, this is the task at hand. This is what needs to be done. If I want this result, I have to be willing to do this. And he's like, and then I was like, are you going to cross the gate? You're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. It makes me happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Saggy. This is great. Okay. And comfort. Yeah, you have that steadiness, don't you? You have that countenance. I think you provide a lot of comfort to others, but there's something about this scenario, this situation, that in turn gives you comfort. It would bring you much comfort for this thing to make sense in your exterior world, your outer world. Okay. And bring you a lot of comfort. Okay. Almost a sense of release there, but not quite. Jump in and focus. And jump in and focus. Okay. Decided to jump in and get focused. Yeah, it doesn't... Yes, when you get focused and jumps in. I don't know. There's something about the inner tone energy that's a little bit more I'm in. Or jumping for joy, maybe. The spirit feels lighter on that. Okay. Let me get the focus, though. Process with caution. Oh, and you have done. You have. Oh, my, yes. Within 6 months, for some of you, this has been sitting with you for 6 months. Again, take the time oracles with some flexibility. They're not absolutes. And then at sunset for some of you. Do you know what's so funny? Typically, I think the common theory is that with the lovers it's depicted as the rising sun, but it's, when I see it, I always think sunset. You know, it's their story. And you see the sunrise is the beginning, right? And you can see the sunset has the quiet softness between those two. Anyway. Well, I just think it's beautiful. Anyway. D, Q, X, U. And then we have the captain's wheel, Wheel of Fortune in the world. Time moves forward always, but in that space of time moving forward, the doors close and they open. Don't forget that. And they're often what we make of them. Okay, we have 2 water medallions, Scorpio as well as Cancer. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. And then we have the coffee bean. Somebody likes their coffee, you don't say. Or someone's naturally highly energetic or just has a lot of energy, or like I said, someone appreciates their coffee. Coffee dates, going out for coffee, something like that. And then we have the wolf in the upright. This is something in the positive. I see you doing what it is that you need to do. Okay? And it might feel sometimes like you're howling at the moon. That's that restless energy. But the point is that you get it focused and you ground it and you make it into something you can work with. Okay? In some ways, going back to that King, Queen of Pentacles in the environment, you might feel that whatever this is part of your world or your pack. And you want this back in your pack, or to make sure that it's there. I don't quite know. And the wolf might be symbolic for some of you in some way. Okay? All right, Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. All right, first card down. Knight of Wands, crossing, Temperance. Oh, 8 of Swords, crowning, past. Queen of Swords, Chariots on the exit. Okay. Before you, Emperor. There you are, darling. Strengths, Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles in the environment. 5 of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. Sun's in the outcome. Oh, good. Rejoice. Rejoice. Knight of Wands in the opening. Yeah, there's your vroom vroom right there. Fire signs, really. In particular, night. Energy. Just energy. Sometimes it can feel very loud, very bright, very forward. Sometimes it can feel impulsive, but for the most part, it represents warmth. Yeah, intensity, yes. Passion, creativity, a certain warmth, a flow that goes outwards. Okay, very you. Very passionate. And be very on point with that energy, yeah? Temperance is crossing. It's kind of like you're telling you, cool your jets. Pull it back. Temperance, but you're struggling with it. Temperance is an oppositional. You're struggling with it. It's, honey, you got a bunch of wild ponies in you, and you're trying to corral them in. If it weren't for your sense of temperance right now, you already would have been out the door. What you doing? Well, you would know best. But it's like if it weren't for that stinking temperance telling me to hold back, I would have been vroom by now. Don't know what it is you want to connect to, but I know that you would have showed up yesterday if you could have. Something looks like it hit you hard in terms of, I don't know, a source of inspiration, hope, enthusiasm, passion, intensity. But that temperance is barely reining you in. Is barely reining you in. Oh, bless you. Fire's fighting fire here. Temperance, of course, is fire. But it represents, again, the hope and the sense of inspiration and calming. Okay. 8 of Swords is at your crown. Confusion. Confused. You don't know why you're holding yourself back. You don't know what's compelling you forward. Insistence upon confusion. I would say that's correct. Queen of Swords is in your past. I know you know how to make up your mind. I know you do. I'm looking at you. You have a platform with it. Queen of Swords is in your past. Could equally be the King of Swords. It's irrelevant to me. You're someone who knows how to make up your mind. When you have your focus in place, the action or the thought is as good as done. No, I think your 8 of Swords is that you're buying some time there. You're biding your time. And since it's upon confusion, because you're someone who clearly makes up your mind. It's something you were very familiar with. Okay. The Chariot's on the exit. Man, like I said, you got a whole bunch of wild ponies in there you're trying to rein in. Gosh. It's like you're trying to get yourself to change direction. Maybe you are. Maybe that's why the 8 of Swords is there. It's a very elaborate way of trying to talk yourself out of an action. Not just the action, but the feeling too. Gosh, because I know you. I can see it. It's attached to you. That sense of the Chariot. When you put your focus on something, you go. You are heavily associated with movement, the areas I'm looking at. When you make up your mind, you go. Before you, the Emperor, Hugh. That's you, Donna. Good to see you. Empowerment. Large and in charge. You're the jefe here. You boss. Trust yourself. You do you. Ace of Wands is in your strengths. Oh, I bet. You're like, I'm such a sucker for what turns me on. Well, it's a little bit more than a turn on. I hope you know that. Whatever this is you're reacting to, you associate it with so much with light and enthusiasm. A natural glow and warmth that it calls to you, it speaks to you. It's speaking your language, whatever this is, it speaks your language. So I see a lot of hesitancy there. 8 of Swords, I don't know. And I see what you're doing. You're trying to misdirect your Chariot. Try to get it. I'm just giving it room to get out of here so the feeling will die down and it will just completely exit and it won't be a problem anymore. And as I was saying, poor Temperance. Poor Temperance is having a hard time reining you in. Because I can see it. Your will, your way. I see it. I see it in you. I very much see that in you today. Gosh. It's hard. The energy is something to contend with. I wonder what provoked you. Because typically you see the Ace of Wands as a strength, yeah? And you should. But of course, as you know, it also can be your weakness. Is that what this is? Do you feel like whatever this is that's drawing you is more of a weakness than a strength? Because otherwise you have no problem seeing it that way. You typically see an Ace of Wands for what it is. A source. A source of light, warmth, hope, inspiration, change. Okay. Yeah, passion. It's all part of fire. What is that to you as a fire sign? It's a lot, actually. It means all those things and more. Page of Pentacles in your environment. Oh, it's at your disposal. It wouldn't take much. A little bit of investment. It's in your home. It's in the comfort of your home. If you wanted to put something forward, you can. And you know that. Wild horses couldn't drag you away. Well, if it's coming from you, then you have a chance, right? Five of Pentacles and hopes and fears. Why are you afraid of being hurt? If I start this, it might break on me. Why? Even if it's the little Page of Pentacles, even if I tried to meet that energy where it is, Christina, it might break on me. Hopes and fears. It's a guarantee of nothing, just who we are on the inside. You're afraid, simply put, it won't work out. There won't be a point. It'll be an abandoned project before it has a chance to take off. Yeah. This must really mean something to you. Outcome is the Sun. Now that's an outcome. Happy. Joy. I would just say, honey, figure out what your intent is. Like, what this calls to you. You know that. You're not stupid. You know that. You figured it out. And you've checked it many times. So I don't know what lit you. I have no idea, but you've checked it many times. So again, if I move towards this, what's my intent? Like, what do I hope to gain from this? And is it a good thing? Would it be good for me? Am I going towards this? Is this an example of empowerment? Because I see you being quite happy, and perhaps that's all the empowerment you need. Is that it might make you happy. Again, it's sun, warmth. That's it. That's your gig. That's your whole thing. You're not just the god of war. Okay. And that's how you're kind of approaching this. How do I tackle it? No, wait, I don't know. So let me tackle myself. Okay. I'm telling you, you know yourself best. Just saw that on Temperance, Six of Cups, possibly some sort of healing with a soul bond there for some of you, maybe. Okay. And there you are again. You might have some very interesting Sag in your chart as well. Sagittarius season, of course, which is upcoming. Knight of Pentacles, taking our time here. The Fool. Ace of Pentacles, you're working on it. You're working on opening up. You are. You're working on opening up. You are. It's just you're doing it your way. Okay. Okay. So some of you have a kind of cooler, steadier earth running through you. And it's kind of like I'm working on opening up. I'm working on making the space to open up. Okay? Get off my ass. It's okay. I'm working on it. I'm working on taking a chance, okay? Just, I got to do it my way. I've seen that. Oh, you temper that fire so well because you're practiced at it. That's why. You don't like your impulsive tendencies, do you? But this is a little bit more than an impulse, isn't it? It's a very strong pulse. Very strong. But you're saying you could see where it'd fall into the opportunity of being impulsive if you don't know what it is that you're working towards or moving towards. Okay. I did tell you. Figure out what it means to you. Yeah? Six of Wands. Triumph. The Star. Oh, Death. Why? Why? Oh, I'm curious. Six of Wands, the Star, Death. We had to transform this principle of desire. Okay, that's fine. It's not that it ended. We had to transform it. Transform this concept of desire. It cannot be an approach simply out of desire or ego. Okay, I respect that. That's cool. Six of Wands in the Star would be more like a triumph, an ego-based triumph, and we don't want that. We had to transform around that concept. That's no good. This is no good. Okay, All right. Seven of Cups, open. A Page of Pentacles, and there it is. There's the crux. There's that Page of Pentacles. And Seven of Cups. We'd have to open up from a space of emotion and know that it was a space of emotion. That's the investment. But we had to, again, this was not the ending of a vision. It's transforming from the space of perhaps an ego-based desire. This is classically ego-based desire and the willingness to change around that. Okay. So whatever this is very important to you, and it cannot be ego-based desire. And I think that's one of the reasons why I see you keeping yourself so much in check, is that you want to make sure it's no longer this criteria, or that it's not impulsive, or it's just a kind of flash in the pan thing. It has to have more substance to you, otherwise there's no point. And I did ask you, what does this mean to you? And you got very clear about that, actually. So bravo. Yeah, okay, if you're going to do this, it has to have emotional meaning to you. Okay? And you're working on it opening up. Again, understanding the intent, and I see you having that happy outcome. So I respect that. I do. No ego-based desires of conquer and fulfillment or stuff like that. Patience. I'm not saying wait. I'm not, not patience. It's just many of you had to learn the hard way. Patience. And that would be the difference between, say, I don't know. I often associate, you're not technically tied to the Fool. Okay. It's just that you do represent the start of the zodiac year. Okay, Aries does. So I often associate with the Fool just as the beginning of the year or the zodiac cycle. Even though technically you're shown as Emperor, I believe that they're very close to each other. That sense of openness, I got to be me, I got to do me. To empowered, patience, be calm, master yourself. And somewhere in between the two, you're trying to find that balance, I believe, between I want to open up, take a risk on what's right for me, but also I know myself quite well. I need to make sure that whatever this is not just because it feels really, really good. Okay? And if I open up to it, it's because I'm making the space and I know that I want to make the space. Very good. Patience keeps showing up. Okay. Bravery. Oh, it's brave. You're saying brave. You have to be brave because in some way you have to find a resolution towards this. It would require an act of bravery. You're being asked to make tough decisions that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. It's literally saying this, which is understandable. But you have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. Resolution, whatever it is that you're struggling with, is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way that we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. Okay? Absolutely. All right. Let's go and do time checks, but do keep these with a certain flexibility. Okay? Time checks are often not what people think it is. Like, for instance, just looking down as an example, some of you this represents a for you thing. Okay? It's not what people think it is. And Celtic Cross tends to be more open-ended on the timeline. Okay, and then for some of you, boom. It's at a time at dawn in November. Okay, so it would be now. Well done. All right. V, E, K, and we have the medallion of Libra, keyword here being charming. Some of you have some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, might be important to you. FYI, some of you, Aries, might be your Libra placement. That's up to you. I'm sorry, what the hell did I just say? No. Let's rewind that, Christina. Aries might be in your Venus placement. But Libra could also be your Venus placement as well. Okay. Keyword here is charming. Someone here is very charming. Okay. All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Aquarius, please. What's going on? Show me Aquarius. Okay. First card down, the Chariot. Crossing, King of Wands. Okay. Rising, Five of Swords. Oh, okay. Let's pay attention. Wheel of Fortune's in the past. Exiting, Three of Pentacles. Okay, before you, Strength. All right. Strength says your King of Pentacles. Environment is the Magician. Five of Wands. Hopes and fears. Outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. Steady as she goes. Okay. 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 The Chariot, you're showing me you want to proceed, move forward. King of Wands is kind of crossing or challenging that. The energy feels off. Feels a little off to you. Okay. Five of Swords is at your crown. Self-sabotage, Wheel of Fortune, past, Three of Pentacles. You know how this thing's going to play out. Right now I see you on the fence. I'm going to move forward. It's almost like you're assuming to move forward in a particular direction. Okay. But Sarah, I'm going to move forward. You know, I know what's up. I've been down this road before. And you have. I know you have. King of Wands. But the thing is, it's like your energy is not in alignment with this action. Doesn't look that way. It's like we are less than enthused about this particular course of direction because you are familiar with it. Okay. You're not totally lined up to the action. You're not really excited. You're not really enthused. You're not very enticed. You're not very passionate about this at all. But again, it's almost like you assume to move in a particular direction. And the Five of Swords at the crown. So some self-sabotaging behavior here. This is where I like to point out to people. I'm not trying to call you out and make you uncomfortable. We all have to deal with it from time to time. Okay. It either is or it isn't. So if you don't identify, check your placements. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, but some self-sabotaging. It's like if I proceed knowing that I don't feel completely in line with the action, I will be undermining my own effort here. Something doesn't feel right. Wheel of Fortune's in the past. Yeah, you have experience with this. Three of Pentacles is exiting. Whatever it is here that you're trying to move towards, it's in the effort, the spirit of keeping something together. But it doesn't feel right to you. You have less than ideal amount of enthusiasm or belief around this. The ability to make this work and to actually believe it. Okay. So don't get me wrong, your Chariot. It's like, let's just go ahead and move forward here. We know what's up. We know what's up with this path. We know this direction. We're familiar with it. You are. But I don't like the way you're telling yourself to just go ahead and proceed. Whenever you have to kind of talk yourself into or out of anything, it's best to stop and take a look at that. Just because something's pressing on you in your mind doesn't mean it's your intuition talking or a practical plan or a very strong, accurate feeling. It's just like, come on, let's go, come on. It's like you know what you're setting yourself up for. Wheel of Fortune's in the past, which means in some way you're craving a predictable or known outcome, even if it's self-sabotage in nature. Okay. But you know what the outcome is. And I like how your fire is kind of like, hey, I'm putting my foot down. Something's not right. So a part of you's fighting back, even though it's not terribly convenient. I know you want the assumed action to follow the assumed decision. But a part of you's resisting, so I'm happy to see that. Yeah, Three of Pentacles on the exit. Whatever it is that you've been trying to keep together and you just assume that you should, it's time to give that a rethink. Okay, because you're fighting yourself on this one. Strength is before you. That's what I'm talking about. Strength, once more. You can use strength to push something away or pull it towards you. It takes an equal amount of force. Okay? But it depends on how well you know yourself and how well you understand the situation. And if you can truly embrace that whatever this is that you just assume to keep together based on historical events, if you pull it towards you, ask yourself, do I already know what to expect from this, and is that good? And if I push it away, is that the right thing to do, and if so, how? Okay? How you use strength is completely up to you. King of Pentacles is in your actual strengths category, which is great. I love that. You consider yourself to be a good investor. You say more often than not you know it works, and you're probably right. You've probably made a whole way of life around that. Being someone who is responsible, resourceful, someone who can stand on their own 2 feet, do a good job, take pride in their environment, you know. Provider too. I know that's done really well for you, but something about this, if you continue to invest in it, you know what to expect from it by now. You will continue to get the same results. The Magician's in your environment. Yeah, you want something. I know you want something. But let's not assume it's this. Okay? The universe wants what's best for you. not a continuation of repeating patterns and just assumed activities. All right? You just assume to keep that, whatever it is, going or connected. I know, just because your soul's desiring something doesn't mean continue to do what you've always done. You will continue to get the same results. And I think some of you, the reason why you're self-sabotaging is because, or you're inclined to, or you're tempted to, I should say, is because at least you'll know what the outcome is. Whereas if you manifest something new altogether, you don't really know what the outcome of that is. So you have an advantage here. If you have a known pattern, a known thing that you've been keeping together, that you know the results to. So you got to ask yourself, is this worth keeping together? Or maybe I really should embrace whatever it is the universe is trying to give me. Not what I tell myself to keep or maintain. Five of Wands is in the hopes and fears. Hopes and fears is a guarantee of nothing, just who we are on the inside. There's that fight. There's that fight. To keep on as you have been, or to change. Some of you are a little afraid of change here. Even if it means embracing a pattern that doesn't quite work for you, you'll do it. If it means you know the outcome, right? And that's all self-sabotage is. I'm terrified of unknown results, so I'll keep myself locked into a pattern that at least I know I can predict with 99% accuracy, and that's all self-sabotage is. Right? It won't change. But it's a known outcome, even if it's a bad one, or less than ideal, or So I know you want something, honey, and that your soul's not wrong for that. That tells me you're missing something, you're in want of something, a completeness in your environment. And I see you trying to fit it with something that's familiar, or refit it to something that's familiar, or just keep whatever it is that's familiar going. I don't know. So I see that fight in you, the Five of Wands, what to do. Yeah, your King of Wands is not making it easy for you, and I'm glad. You might have some really interesting Leo in your charts here twice. But yeah. I'm glad to see that there's another part of you that's putting up a fight to this. Hesitating. They know you got the goods, honey. If you show up with the Chariot and your King of Pentacles energy, it's a done deal, right? So there's another part of you that's breaking off and fighting you. Part of you wants that fight to happen. To stop assuming to keep this together. Whatever that it could be anything, is so vague in this context. I have no clue what that is. Seven of Pentacles in the outcome. Steady as she goes for now. Please. I want you to carefully examine that pathway of yours, what's on it, what you want to see in it because it's good and correct for you. What is indeed your responsibility and obligation that is good and correct for you. And perhaps what should not be on that pathway, especially if you consider it to be stagnant, because I see you looking at your environment and you're wanting. Your environment does not feel complete. Okay? It does not feel as full and robust as you would like it, but that does not mean, if anything, we really need to re-examine what we just assumed to keep doing, because that's likely what's contributing to the stagnation. Okay? So I see you wanting more and desiring more. Answer that. And don't just assume it's this. You know? So Seven of Pentacles is fine for now. Will it be your reading forever? No. No. It's until you get more insight. And I'm glad to see until then a part of you is holding down the fort and saying, don't assume to keep doing the same thing. There's something else here we're asking for. Let's look into that a little more, please, before we dismiss it. You know what I mean? And if you want more from this situation, guess what? You already know what to expect from it. So again, we go back to, what are you asking for? Let's get some advice, please, for Aquarius. Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Temperance. Is that what you would like to happen, or is that what is this? Working things out with a bond. You're not the first person to show me this. Honestly, I had half a mind to pull. I wouldn't. I had half a mind to pull some of these cards. But no, it's important, guys. Whenever I see an encroaching season, I tend to see that card associated with it because it's upcoming. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Now, is this what we are hoping for? More cooperation from this person? Or, what is this? Four of Cups, yeah, okay, unhappy. King of Cups, the Magician. See, I think you want more. For whatever the situation is that you are trying so hard to keep together and you just assume that you should keep doing it, and then a big part of you is putting a foot down and saying, stop assuming that. All right, so what you want from it is beautiful. I don't see it being returned to you in the way that you have been desiring. Okay, Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Temperance. A stronger sense of cooperation here, much stronger, between you and someone else who's kind of barely hitting the radar here. It's exiting Three of Pentacles, something here that keeps trying to drift further and further away from you in terms of connectivity, building into this. It could be partnership, friendship, collaborative effort. You're saying you have a lot of memories with them and that you would like to kind of return it to its former glory by putting in the hard work, but you're just assuming, honey, you already know what to expect from this in terms of results. I have the Wheel of Fortune for you in the past, and the Five of Swords is at your crown. And you got a big part of you that's saying, stop assuming that it's going to get back to its glory days or that they'll be more cooperative. You know, it's slipping away. So while what you want is beautiful, a part of you seems to know it's not going to return. It's not going to happen that way. It's not going to play out that way. It's not going to shake out that way. You know. Four of Cups, King of Cups, the Magician. You do want more for yourself. You do. And you're unhappy. You're unhappy. You're unhappy with the situation, that it's not doing more or giving more. You're unhappy that you're at that point here with this where you're doubting it so critically. And I'm telling you, that part of you that doubts this is going to be your saving grace. Okay? You look unhappy. And that's the last thing that you want to be, and I don't want you to be that way either. You want more for yourself. It's in your environment. So I don't know why they're not cooperating. I don't know. Or why they're not giving you more. There's that sense here, I want to return it to its, or restore it to its glory days of when this person and I were high functioning. And it could be that your whole way of life, particularly around work, bonded you to being persons of productivity and investment, of sound mind and body, practically speaking. High contributing effort that bonded you to. Okay, common and core interests of success and stability. But no, you're very unhappy. You're very disappointed, and I want you to see that. So yeah, you want more for yourself and your environment, but it's not attached to this person or this connection or whatever the heck it is in terms of success and feeling more satisfied. Yeah, so again, there you go. There's that Seven of Pentacles for you again in the outcome. I want you to look at that path. A big portion of it's very important to you, particularly stability, okay? And where could that take you on your own? Okay, how you feel about it. Where that could take you on your own. I see you want more. I see that you're dissatisfied. I see that you're emotionally restless and felt that you were left hanging here. I know. But there's something here about you know the known results here. Don't expect any more from this Three of Pentacles, persons of contribution. Or that was the idea. Used to be the idea, I believe. Again, this may not be intimate. Just because your heart feels personally injured, you can have that kind of feeling from any situation where you feel fundamentally let down and disappointed. That's why you want more, honey. The Magician's there's twice. Okay? So something I tell people all the time. What you want is not wrong. It's just where it's being applied. Okay? You're assuming it has the same applicant. And then another part of you fights that. It's like, no. I need to cease expecting anything from that situation. Never mind trying to keep it together. No. Your pathway is your own. You get to determine what's expressed in it. Have faith. Have faith for yourself. And have faith in your manifestation. The side of it that speaks honest and true, that you do want more, and you should. Whatever this is, it shouldn't be this hard or this difficult. Cooperation shouldn't be that non-cooperative. Have faith. Have faith in yourself, specifically. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay, yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. You speak for yourself over here. You feel for yourself. You get to figure out what's right and true for your path. Okay? If it's stagnant, okay. Redirect that feeling. Because where it's going, or has been very dissatisfied. Specifically how it's been built into October, Thursday. Might have been important. On a sunny day, Thursday in October, might have been very relevant for some of you if you have that data. If you know what that means. Yeah. October, there might have been a day that was a really down day. But it was a sunny day. Might have even been a beautiful day. But there's something there that says I can't continue to bank on bringing this together, and that was a hard day. But a part of you, your sense of resistance got stronger and stronger. Okay? U, H, G, W. We have the medallion of Aquarius, you, and Cancer. Of course, you might be double, triple, quad Aquarius. You might have some very interesting Cancer in your chart as well. You could be connecting to, or the season might be important to you. Okay, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helps you. Right now, I'm really trusting that fight side in you that says, let's not continue to do this, please. Let's not continue. Let's not assume that we go or keep on with this path, with this, whatever this is. Let's maybe start making plans for our path minus that. Okay? All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Gemini, please. What's going on? Show me Gemini. Okay. First card down. 10 of Pentacles. Crossing. Page of Wands. All right. Crowning. Queen of Pentacles. I think you got it. Passes in the 3 of Cups. Exiting as the King of Swords. Okay. Before you 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you got it. Strengths is the Empress. Aw. Shut up. No, that's sweet. 4 of Pentacles in the environment. Page of Swords in the hopes and fears, and the outcome is the Page of Pentacles. Like I said, you got it. Until then, I can see that you lean towards conservation. All right, let's back up. 10 of Pentacles is in your opening. Brilliant. You have a huge foundation here. It's not just your work. It's not just your home, which is here as well. It's a combination of those things, plus your resources, your network, your connections, your community. It's pretty vast. You are heavily connected. Page of Wands, and it kind of crossed your mind to make room for a little more. Not that you need to, you don't have to. It's just kind of crossed you energetically. It's maybe I could open up here, but again, there's no pressure on this. None whatsoever. Queen of Pentacles is at your crown. You run a tight ship. Be it home, in the real world, outside of your home, a community, again, everything in there, family, friends, work, a lot of it. You comfortably sit at the head of it. You're a heavy investor. Your investments have paid off considerably, not just money, but whom you know, which is a point of pride for you. Clearly, it's a point of pride for you. You love being so deeply connected, and it's done well for you. You seem to know everybody, but you've built your whole world around that. You know? It's wonderful. You look so comfortable, well established, well thought of, highly respected. Past 3 of Cups doesn't mean it's over. It just means it's something you're familiar with. Social emotional connectivity clearly is a point of pride for you. So it's not just business here. It's not just professional. It's also personal. I know. It's a point of pride for you. Whom you're connected to gives you a great deal of not just sense of connectivity or resourcefulness, but it makes you who you are. Some might even call you a social butterfly. But like I said, you just seem to know everybody. So 3 Cups isn't just limited to one person, not at all. It's literally the platform for your success is who you know. You're very comfortable with it. King of Swords is on the exit. There's a sense of harshness here that's exiting, or perhaps being overly focused on, I'm not quite sure, the logistics of life. You don't keep such a critical eye on things like you used to. It's like you don't have to. All right? You seem to be very comfortable with your world and that sense of being on point. Okay? Having to treat things with a critical eye is just not where you are right now, or you don't need to be, or you haven't been for a long time. You seem to be showing me kind of, I'm comfortable with my world. Kind of a relaxed mode, and not quite so on point with the subject all day, every day, like you used to be. Like you're saying, I'm trying to enjoy the fruits of my labor, and I've done a lot of labor. You're saying. I believe you. Before you, 3 of Pentacles, and there it is. Yeah, there's activities not done. There's just so many hands in that world. And I did see it crossing your energy as a curiosity. Maybe there's room for expansion. I see that being the case for you soon. 3 of Pentacles. It looks like you start working on something with somebody. A couple critical folks in there. Well, you're connected, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for you. Yeah, but I see you putting something together with some folks. Yeah, you crossed your mind. Why not expand my world a little bit? Sure, why not? I could use more friends. No, it's more than that. These are people who you work with, people who you share ideas with. Like I said, you are that Gemini. You are well connected. The Empress is in new strengths. Well, that's lovely. You have a VIP in your life, or a very important person that you say is a source of strength for you, pride, that they are just as productive as you are. And you're saying that they mean a lot to you. It's like I couldn't be who I am without them, or without their support. And that's distinctly a figure. Whereas this is very open-ended activity, highly resourced, networked that you are. You're saying one person gets pulled aside and they get special recognition. So the Empress, there you go. You're saying that that person lends to your stability. Again, your sense of productivity, your sanity, I don't know. Your source of love, light, and inspiration, I have no idea. But they're a very important person. You're saying it gives them strength. 4 of Pentacles in your environment. Yeah. I see you showing me conservation around your immediate environment. So no real major changes there. It has more to do with your outer world is where you're thinking about including more. And the 4 of Pentacles is in terms of your fortress, if you will, or your fortress of solitude. You're like, oh, no major changes there. I'm good. That's active conservation. But no, I see you then making changes in your 3D. All right. Opening up because you can, because you're curious, because it interests you, because you are connected to like-minded persons who want to do the same. I mean, this is great. Page of Swords and the hopes and fears. If you're not worried about it, neither am I. Moving on. Literally, that is my translation of the Page of Swords and the hopes and fears. Under very few conditions or circumstances would I change from that interpretation. If you had shown me the devil at any point in your reading, I might have had a different point of view. But as it were, if you're not worried about it, neither am I. You are open to inquiry, learning, but again, it's just so... It is not an item of worry on your reading today at all. Okay. Page of Pentacles and the outcome. Yeah, you're doing it. So whatever this is, you're doing it. And then also you're not alone. You have the help of others. And when you are directly home, you have a person of VIP or support status. Highly productive. They love you, something like that. So, man, you are so connected and busy and fluent in what you do. You're holding tight to your environment. Like, this is mine. No major changes in there. This is my outer world we're talking about. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that you have some folks here. I'm going to go ahead and call them colleagues. Not really friends at this point, but colleagues or persons of fellow mind. Okay? Working actively on this new thing. You seem excited by it. There you go. A little bit of investment goes a long way here. But, yeah. What I thought was interesting is that sense of absolute focus and harshness and having to make critical judgments every day. You're like, I'm a much more relaxed Gemini than what I used to be. And you should be. You should be. Look at what you created here, or co-created possibly with this person in your life. Yeah, I mean, you deserve it. You deserve to be relaxed. But you still seem to be enjoying growth too, which is excellent. It's just, it's not so perhaps do or die or critical like it used to be, maybe, you know? I don't know. But I'm glad. I'm glad that you're living for you, and then also you live well with somebody else too. But I cannot begin to tell you how many on-hands energies I'm seeing here. Like, you were so well thought of, and, you know, people want to work with you. It's wonderful. I love this. I really do. All right, Knight of Wands, the Chariot. You are excited. Don't get me wrong, you have a very practical execution. You might have some damn strong earth in your chart, but you are legitimately excited to move this thing forward. Like, you are enthusiastic. I saw it here, but you see it as more of a practical thing you can't you can't wait to start working on. Okay. Yeah, this is something that you've been pulling in. Something exciting that you get to work on. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Oh, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is starting up. This is starting up. Three of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. I don't want that to disturb you in this context. It's showing me starting up. Huh. Expect to switch out of persons that you work with. Other than that, it's fine. It's growing. No, this is starting. It's building into. And 3 and 5 is still progress, so it still adds up to 8. Yeah, but expect switch outs. People you start working with won't be your finishing assistants or colleagues or employees. Okay. Other than that, it's incredibly straightforward. Okay. It's kind of like I got to spend money to make money, and that includes the resources of others as well. So this might have had an upfront cost attached to it, but that's not the point. You're working on this now with others, and like I said, who you start with is not necessarily who you're going to finish with. Okay, so long as the spirit is there. Yeah, that's a shame. 10 of Cups, Page of Cups, 5 of Cups. That's a shame. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. There might be some illness going around. It's all right. I am saying this in context to health that affects the people who drop in and out of this project. But it continues to proceed regardless. Okay? So that's a little disappointing. So there might be someone here whose efforts you really, really wanted, and they have to drop out sooner rather than later. But that's okay. It's okay. King of Swords, and then you put your hard hat back on. Okay? And then you get your focus back on. I already say you without the King or Queen of Swords is a little weird. So and your focus comes back out. Okay. I think at some point when you get this project going and you are excited, someone who initially signs up has to drop out. Their contribution can't be present. And that's okay. Others join you. But it does put you back into your more natural state of grace there with the King of Swords. It starts to receive your full attention because you are seeing results. You are going to see progress here. Okay. Speak up. Your intents, what it is you're trying to do. You get in alignment with the right people. You find resolutions to problems. Bingo, bango. Well done. Speak up. What are your intents? Align to those principles. You will find resolution. Whatever this is you're trying to bring together is exciting, and it's at its very early stages. Thankfully, you're connected to all the right people, and you have someone here who you say is a source of strength and pride for you personally at home. Okay? I like all these elements, how they're lining up. Continue to proceed. Oh, and wait. Okay. Okay, so in connection to, I'm sorry guys, I told you there was a lot of hands on this. A lot of people automatically assume that 3 cups, and I understand that. I do. That's tarot for you, particularly that's online tarot. We tend to do very quick summaries here. 3 cups, it's not necessarily connectivity or reconnectivity of one. I saw too many people involved in this. Some of you, when that person, that your favorite person here, who is going to work on this project with you, when they drop out, it looks like for reasons that are beyond anybody's control. It could be a little bit more to do with one's health. Some of you are going to make that decision, and that might be why you got your King of Swords back out. Where did he go? Okay, there you go. That might be why you pulled him back out of your exiting space, and you might have made a decision, a declarative, to wait. If that person's very important to you and you want them on that project, you might choose to wait for them. Yes, this one got very specific, didn't it? That's tarot for you. Sometimes it's very, very vague and very out there, and anybody can resonate with it, and that's fine. That's normal. And sometimes it got very specific because this is happening. I have to tell you, it's so close within approximation. Okay? It could be happening now or within a week. And that's how close this is. And some of you will make that distinct decision to wait. I'm not telling you to wait. That's for some of you, that's a decision to make. So much so that you had to pull that guy out of the background and put your focus back. So some of you are going to choose to wait for that favorite person, colleague, helper, assistant, something. Okay? All right. All right. And some of you won't. That's a choice. Some of you want this to proceed sooner rather than later. We have letters B, G, we had the snowflake, and then that's also largely associated with Scorpio or the transformation energy. Winter, so beyond Scorpio season into winter, okay? But like I said, most of all happening now, okay? All right, Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Congratulations to you. You are incredibly grounded, well-resourced, very thoughtful. You have something here that's clearly exciting to you. You want to take it off the ground, and I see that happening. When some of you choose to wait, okay, fine. I understand your reasons for why. It looks like they are temporary in nature. Then you get back on the investment when the time is right. I'm glad to see that you have an amazing network and outside of your personal arena, and then inside you have someone here who's very important to you, and they support you as well, so that's lovely. Congratulations to you. If you're so inclined, please feel free to share what it is you're trying to do. It looks exciting. I like the way that it engages you. I do. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Libra. Show me Libra. All right, first card down. Justice, you. There you are, darling. Looking fantastic. King of Pentacles crossing, crowning you. 3 of Wands. Oh, yes. Ace of Swords in the past. Exiting 5 of Swords. Well, that's good. That's good. Before you. Death. Oh, wow. Strengths, Knight of Cups. Page of Pentacles in your environment. Hopes and fears, 10 of Cups. Outcome is the 8 of Wands. Well done. Wow. You've had a heck of a season. And it's still carrying over into present day. Oh, wow. Wow. Some of you are like, right, I'm determined to get my life in order. So the King of Pentacles is crossing this a little bit more on the practical side. A sense of responsibility, duty, obligation, and then also understanding what is worthy of me, above all, what is worthy of me. So taking some necessary time out to do right by you. And I like that. All right, to get yourself in order, to get your life in order overall. Feel good about yourself, get your bearings, work, home, both of those things. Everything that makes you you, justice. Getting that squared up and balanced, and you receiving the majority of your attentions and intentions. Okay? You are the recipient of both. Just wanting to get it together, man. 3 of Wands is at your crown. Good, actually. I'm glad you gave yourself some space to do that. That was good. That's not waiting. You gave yourself space. I'm glad you gave yourself space. We all need space from time to time. Take your time with it. Really understanding what's important to you. Just kind of getting, like I said, your life together. Okay, sorting it out. Ace of Swords is in the past. Strong truth there. 5 of Swords is on the exit. You know what? I'm proud of you. I don't know how you did it. I don't know when you did it. This all represents time here. Where you gave yourself space to do what you needed to do. Kind of get your life in order. Get your thoughts sorted. Your environment sorted. So on and so forth. Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords. You have arrived to a solid conclusion here, what looks like in the recent past, about some self-sabotaging tendencies, and you got really honest with yourself about it. Good job. Good job. It's exiting. The sting doesn't feel like it used to. Okay. The Ace of Swords will always have the ability to triumph over that 5. Always. It's our willingness to accept the truths, even if they're very hard. Okay. But yeah, there's something here we accept as a truth now, whereas before we didn't always. Something that you understand now to be true about yourself, and you figured it out. You literally figured it out. And you see it as your truth now. As I'm saying, you kind of got your life overall together and in order. And ask yourself what is worthy of me based on what you know. And what no longer applies to you. Okay? It's like, I get it. I see what I did there. This is what I can change. That's how I can correct things in my life and my world. Death before you. I'm not saying that as an ending. I'm saying that as transformation. Proof positive, like I said, carrying over now to Scorpio season of how much you have changed. You're going to see and experience yourself very differently now. Knight of Cups is in your strengths. It's beautiful. When things speak to you from the heart, you speak unto them in return. You have a way of opening up. You do. You can be sensitive. I know sometimes you probably heard that word in your life, that you can be very sensitive. That's okay. Sensitivity has its strengths. You have tendencies towards sympathy and empathy, yes. These are good things. But you have a way of expressing yourself that draw people to you. Okay? People have a way of softening up around you. Am I right? Mm-hmm. And you have a way of expressing yourself if the feeling is correct. It's authentic. It's real. Some might call you sweet. You might be very sweet, just naturally very sweet, or considerate. Knight of Cups tends to be very considerate. Okay. Page of Pentacles in your environment. Yeah, there's something here you could do for yourself, sure. Doesn't tell me a lot. That's okay. There's no rush on that, but yeah, you're really close to doing something that's you're interested in, that you would like to invest in. That's cool. Good. I'm glad. 10 of Cups and the hopes and fears. Well, that's really par for the course for people who tend to be a little bit more on the sensitive side. In the greater scheme of things, and that's a normal hopes and fears. It really is quite natural. Concerning yourself with people who matter in your life. Are they doing okay? And that's one of the things that feeds into your strengths too, you know. You and yours, your inner circle, again, loosely defined as family and friends. Could be 2 people, could be 200. That can include, if it's true for you, spouses, kids, lovers, whatever. But they're in your world and you're glad that they're there. You say you have nothing but good hope for them and good love and good feeling for them. But you're afraid for them too, naturally. You want everybody to be happy and healthy and to get along, you know. I understand. 8 of Wands in the outcome. I see you talking. I actually see you talking to something or somebody as a proposition from your own space of environment. Page of Pentacles, this is something you could do. This is something you could invest in. And it begins with communication. Okay? Wow. Let's get some advice, please. Justice, there you are again, darling. 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Oh, man. You definitely took some time out, didn't you? Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's Justice twice. 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, the Hermit. You definitely took some time out. Got things right with you. You were protective of yourself and your time and your space. Good. You needed to be. Okay. You didn't want to assume anymore to do things the way you've always done. It was imperative for you to stop. You examined yourself very carefully for a while, it seems. Learning and allowing that knowledge to accumulate and accept truths about yourself. There's a lot of ownership in there. Like I said, I'm very proud of you. A lot of ownership. About your path, what has been on it up until a certain point, how you've reacted to it, things you might have said or done. Okay. Learning from it, above all, learning from it. You didn't want to take any more of your world for granted. So you went through a very strong healing and, I would say, learning period about yourself. And really, in a comprehensive way, ask yourself, who am I? Because there's something here about your sabotaging tendencies that you are familiar with and they are exiting. Yes. Who am I? Okay. What do I understand worthiness to be? What have I been doing? Okay. And balancing that against yourself. It's lovely, actually. It's a lot of work. You really didn't want to take anything for granted, assuming to be true or not true. Oh my gosh. Guys, okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus in. I would like a little bit more, specifics. I would like some more specifics. Oh my gosh. Page of Cups, Six of Swords. Ace, there's the delivery. Six of Cups, Six of Wands. You heard the truth, I believe, or helped learn it or shape it via someone else's influence, someone of the past whom you've known a long time. You're saying there was always a kind of feel-good energy around that person, someone whom you are familiar with, and they helped you shape the truth in a weird way. Page of Cups, Six of Swords. We haven't heard from them in a long time. We haven't heard from them in a long time. But they're associated with that Ace of Swords, that bond, someone of the past. And there was a kind of a sweetness there and a sense of it feels good to be connected to them. But it looks like they helped you shape this idea, helped deliver the idea, or helped bring it out into your existence. And Six of Swords, we haven't talked to them in a long time, but we're quite fond of them. We're quite fond of that person in the heart. They help us shape that truth. It might have been uncomfortable at first, I'm sure it was. But they helped us shape that truth. Pointed out that Five of Swords in some way, made it obvious. And that's what started your journey, I believe. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Yeah. We'll be speaking from the heart soon. Once you know and you have made up your mind. It's speaking from the heart soon. I really don't need to look at that page of... I'm sorry, the Eight of Wands. You've come a long way. If you invest from the heart, may it be. Okay? It feels good. It feels right. It feels natural. Good. It's a good investment. It's a worthy investment. Eight of Wands. Anything else, please? The Emperor. Okay. The Four of Cups. Unhappy for a long time. King of Cups, the Chariot. You would like to correct that motion now. You were unhappy for a while. But now you're showing me a lot of confidence to move forward literally into what feels right for you. You showed me an open heart not once but twice. You're ready. You're ready. You know the Four of Cups isn't who you are. You've incorporated that knowledge around the Five of Swords and any self-sabotaging tendencies. I say someone who is very important to you on your timeline. Once upon a time, you have a fondness for them. They helped you sharpen that truth. But above all, it marked that time in your life where you really looked at yourself and you refused to take anything else about yourself or your path for granted. And you started thinking very carefully about what makes me me. What is correct and fair for me and what isn't. What have I been doing? What's up with me? End result, though. Yes. I see it within you, honey. You got the goods. I see a soft spot in you. That sensitivity. Your heart space is so different from when we last saw it on the opening. It's so beautifully changed. And then I see you talking freely here soon because it feels right to you and you want to. And I think you're just expressing that kind of enthusiasm that all is well. Okay? You will know where that Page of Pentacles is going in due course. Okay, but you've come a long way. I mean, I know. This one, it's so funny because in Gemini's towards the end it got very specific very quickly. Yours, it speaks to an open-ended process that took time. I see where it was kind of generated. The point is that you've done a phenomenal amount of work and really got honest and square with yourself about what's going on with you. Your path, what it has looked like up until this point, and anything that was self-sabotaging in nature, looking at it, really looking at it. And King of Pentacles is in that position of knowing this. This is what I can continue to do because it's right, and what I will discontinue doing. I won't put any more energy or resources into that. That's good. Your period of transformation is wrapping up quite nicely. But I do see you talking quite freely here in the immediate future. And it feels good. It feels very good. Bravery. Ask for help. Okay? Takes a brave person to ask for help, to know when to ask for help. What I'm really seeing here is the contact, though. Contact. Okay. Takes a brave person to ask for help, to know when to receive it, to learn, to not dismiss things when they're taught to us or shown to us. Takes a brave person to not say, well, that's not true. That didn't happen, or I'm not like that. It takes a brave person to accept insight where perhaps you did not ask for it. It takes a brave person to acknowledge difficulties, whereas perhaps before we were very content in not knowing them. But you see, I see you look at all that. Look at that. And you are the recipient to all that good work. And that's the way it should be. Okay. July might have been very important. Last July. I don't think it's upcoming. I think it was last July. But you would know best on a rainy day. Okay. As for that conversation, yes, whatever that is to you, I see it coming from a good place and being received from a good place. I know. You want harmony and to know all is well. We have the letters R, S, E, D, H, and the medallion of Sag. So you might have some very strong Sag in your chart. Could be connecting to it. The season, which is upcoming, might be important to you. All right, Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Taurus, please. All right, first card down. Strength, crossing the Lovers, crowning, 10 of Cups. Back up, past 5 of Cups. Okay. Exiting the Sun. Before you, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Strengths, King of Cups. Beautiful. Environment, Temperance. Also beautiful. Hopes and fears, you, King of Pentacles. Outcome is the Emperor. Yeah. Okay. Well, the opening is not the easiest to look at, but it does seem to be old news to you, but that doesn't mean it's good old news. But still, in other words, I don't think the pain is what it used to be. No. Strength. You're showing me strength. Strength of will, discipline. Okay. Crossing the Lovers. You're very strong. I know that. And disciplined. As we were talking about in the opening, where I was. And the Lovers is crossing you. Now, if you've never been around this channel before, let me tell you how strength works. Okay? It takes an equal amount of force to go like this, to push away, deny, pull towards you. How are you going to exercise your strength of will or discipline? Strong connection. The Lovers. It could go in either direction. Okay? Currently, I see you keeping it at bay. All right? Will it always be like that? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm looking at two for today, however. And for today's reading, you keep them at arm's length. Okay? Ten of Cups is at your crown. Good, I'm happy to see that. I am. Your inner circle, roughly translated family, friends. Okay? That can also include characters such as spouses, kids, lovers, etc. Whomever it is you harmonize with. So while this connection is very important to you, I currently don't see you harmonizing with them. Okay? But it is a core value. This is very important to you. Those folks who are in your life, you want to know that they're happy and they're healthy and everybody's getting along more or less. Okay? I'm not saying we don't all have our issues, but I'm saying more often than not, everybody in your mix, okay, gets along. All right? And that's very important to you, and I'm glad to see that, because Five of Cups is in the past. It wasn't always so. There's a sense of sorrow there, loss, regret, remorse, sadness. I wish things could have been different. But it is in the past, so that's good. In other words, it doesn't affect you like it used to. I've seen that. Like I said, time has passed for you. The reason I made a little frowny is that Sun is exiting. It is kind of showing me it's a shame. It is a shame. Because you identify that connection as being very warm, happy even. Okay? I don't know if it's your happily ever after, but you are saying it gave you a source of happiness or warmth or a sense of generosity, the way the light shines upon you both. Okay? It felt good. It felt very good. It wasn't a Page of Wands. It wasn't a Knight of Wands. It wasn't an Ace of Wands. It was the Sun. A lot more meaning there. Okay? And it's a shame. It's like it's a shame I couldn't harmonize with this person. Okay? It hurts. The idea of it hurts, and it still is with you. And so even though technically what I'm looking at is the past, how it affected you, you showed me what your priorities are, Ten of Cups. Okay? And it's a shame we couldn't experience that lover in the greater scheme of things of the Ten of Cups. But you also showed me it's a choice to keep them at bay. So why am I saying that? If it's done, you keep them at bay. Perhaps it's running both ways, the lovers being what it is, duality. Perhaps you're both keeping each other at arm's length. But I see how it affected you. And if it helps you at all, perhaps it doesn't. Some people love it when I say this, and other people hate it, and that's what it is to be online. To put your work online, you get one of those two responses. Oh, I love that. I fucking hate that, and I hate you too. Okay. It is what it is, guys. I'm just the messenger. So, if it helps you, you'll always be connected in that way. Spiritual essence and emotional essence here. Okay. So if this is something you always feel that you need to keep away from you, just please know it'll always give you a kind of connectivity, though. Okay? The both of you. And I will say this, if it ever reconnects again, you'll both feel it. All right? But yeah, hopefully that gives you some sense of comfort in a way. All right? And it's a shame it didn't harmonize. I don't know why. You would. All right, the Wheel of Fortune before you in future. Time's passed. Like, not much has changed about this. It's kind of at a standstill. Okay? But yeah, that's the kind of rough history there. It's not rough, actually. It has a lot of beautiful elements in there. It does. which means it might still do. So I hate playing devil's advocate, but I'm not trying to. I see what could be, but I also see what isn't. Anyway, Wheel of Fortune, time has passed. Yeah, so it's catching up to you, the feeling of it, the existence of it. Okay, how you two are currently not connected, but still are. That's kind of with you, and how that's kind of turning around inside you. Okay, and perhaps that might better guide you about strength here and how you might want to continue to use it or not. Okay, I don't know. Now that's beautiful. King of Cups is in your strengths. Hell yeah, love that. Beautiful open heart space there. Such a strong feeler. So even if you are kind of a silent feeler, the King of Cups is more associated with quiet or silence, but still deep feeler. Okay? Still owns one's feelings. It's just done on the inside. So you might be a strong, deep feeler there, but it's absolutely beautiful. You know, and that also allows you, by the way, access to skills such as intuition, empathy, those kind of things. All right? So you might be a strong Taurus on the outside, but very sensitive on the inside. Okay, where you can just pick up signals and things, and you might have some very strong sympathetic and empathetic reactions sometimes, but I have to agree, it's a very wonderful skill you have. Excellent. I love that strength. And then also, of course, our strengths reflect our weaknesses. So I know when it feels like a weakness to you, it probably feels like a big weakness. But when it's your strength, it's absolutely your strength. Okay. So you're that person I think that a lot of people perhaps feel safe with, or that they can tell personal things to. And that's the King of Cups. Okay. Temperance in your environment. Love that. Okay. A lot of people that's like, that don't mean nothing except healing, right? Oh, that means a lot. It's so easily dismissed because temperance takes time. And when things take time, we don't tend to see the overall effects of it. But something tells me for the Taurus I'm looking at, you actually kind of appreciate your environment. Trying to be more at peace in your environment. Healing, being quiet, reflective, learning. Consolidating emotions, especially if the King of Cups is your strengths, that's going to be right in line with temperance in your environment. You want to look at difficult things. You want to consolidate them, learn more about yourself, feel your way through them, learn your way through them, etc. Okay? So what's going on in there, I don't know, but I like that you're exercising temperance in home and in your environment. Peace. Okay? Serenity. King of Pentacles and the hopes and fears. Now that's interesting. That catches my attention. You. Now that is technically your court card. And the hopes and fears. Why are you concerned for yourself? You hope for yourself simultaneously. Clearly you're a good investor, you're solid, you're practical, you're reliable, resourceful, provider, etc. But why are you afraid of yourself? That I'm very curious. We're going to have to look at that. Emperor's in the outcome. And nonetheless, I see you standing in your power. Whatever that means to you. Empowerment. What you understand to be good and true for you, you will do. And stand by with conviction. Okay? You could have shown me your card there and I would have said the same. Okay, as it represents you as well as the Hierophant. But yeah, that sense of empowerment there. Stand in your conviction, whatever that means to you. Strength is how you see fit. Okay? Goodness me. Some of you might have some really interesting Scorpio in your chart. Okay. What's up? What's going on? Let's get some advice, please. Yours is very open-ended today. I'm not saying absolutes, but you have so much. I don't know if you can tell, but you got a lot of energy cooking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 majors. Yeah. Yep. It looks like you're going through a kind of peaceful but emotional time of deep reflection. Insights about yourself. What you've experienced, why you've experienced it, how it made you feel. What do you think of that? What did you learn from it? Is there anything left to learn from it? Anything left to experience? But why are you afraid for yourself? Well, we'll get there. Hold on. Why is that? Why is that? Where are we? Okay. I get too lost now. This is very interesting. I would have liked to have seen something like this for your in-depth. Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands. I saw something really close to one of your shorts last week, I think. This week, last week? I don't know. After a while, it starts to merge. Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands. There is something in our heart that you're showing me a back and forth with, a tug of war in your feelings. Goodness me, some of you are deep feelers. I'm not saying you can't be. I'm just saying that's very much a part of your existence, and you're not shy with it, which is nice. I like to see that. Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, Five of Wands. Yeah, there's conflict there in their feelings. You very much want to connect in some way that speaks to you in your heart. It feels natural. But you're also showing me opposition. You're fighting what you're feeling. I'm not saying that to point fingers or cast blame or judgment. It's just, this is what you call an internal conflict. So Five of Wands can be internal, external, or combination of the two. That's an internal argument right there, crossing the heart. Your poor, precious heart there is aching to connect in some way. That's a little more personal to you. And then you, we'll see about that. And then you start smacking your heart around. Okay, I'm trying to find peace on this one. You want to find peace on this. It's not an absolute. You will eventually find resolution on this. But yeah, I mean, guys, I can't help but think it's that dynamic with the Lovers. I mean, it's that I want to pull this towards me, but right now I'm pushing it away. And there's the fight. And King of Pentacles, you right there on the split. Six of Swords, you told yourself you'd leave this alone, leave it behind. Okay. For some of you, not all of you. And it is a shame. I see that. It's a shame. This couldn't be harmonized in each other's lives. Yours and theirs, they and yours. Okay. Because it felt so damn good. Six of Wands. Okay. It felt that kind of good too. Oh, that's the sun. Okay, that's the sun. It's like, not that I mean to brag, Christina, but you know, it felt fucking awesome. Okay. All right. So let's get to the point, shall we? I see that you're healing. You're doing all the right things. Okay. You're getting in tune with yourself spiritually, emotionally, and you're listening to that feedback. Excellent. Well done. Okay. If this is so awesome, then why is it so far apart? Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, conflict, fear, uncertainties, unknown. I don't know if I can open up to this. It's been such a long time. Seven of Pentacles. It has been. If we're looking at time here, sure. Okay, over that pathway, which is extended. Eight of Swords, confusion. I don't know. I can't see. Page of Cups, opening up, being vulnerable. It's been a long time. Well, you leave things alone long enough that it's always going to be a long time for anything. Point is, what's with you today? Not how long it's been. What's with you today? Like I said, you'll always be connected to that connection in some way. Always. That kind of thing doesn't dissolve over time. You throw 15, 10, 20 years at it, you'll still be connected to it. Like I said, some people love that idea, some people hate it. But you're showing me realistically time. It's been such a long time. So yes, would I like to connect to it? Yes. But I resist it. Gosh, you got a big old aching heart space there. Ace of Pentacles. The Moon, Four of Wands. You've been busy. Obviously, this isn't your only focus in life, obviously. Eight of Pentacles working. The Moon, Four of Wands. Something's developing here in the background, perhaps unbeknownst to you. About this relationship, or however it is you defined it, the Moon, Four of Wands. There's something there's developing. That should give us some more insight on this. A sense of direction, focus, or feeling. All right. It's time. I need to see this. King of Pentacles and your hopes and fears. Why are you... that's just going to have to cook some more. Okay? It's very powerful. You have a very strong cooking oil on this one. But the point is, you want to know if there's anything left to work with. And you're still getting in tune with that. But you don't have everything you need in place just yet. Justice. Queen of Wands. A sense of fairness. Tower. Are you afraid for yourself? It's imperative for you to do the right thing. Okay? And while you have very strong feeling, practically speaking, you want to know if this is the right thing for you. Overall, comprehensively, is this the right thing for you? You're very pressing, I'm sorry, you're very much pressing that point. Is this the right thing for me, yes or no? You feel so strongly in one particular direction, but you're concerned for yourself overall, practically speaking. Is this the right thing, yay or nay? Yes or no? I don't want to fuck anything up, so that's all in hypothetical. Okay. But also, if I don't do anything, am I doing wrong by myself or for myself? You know? Am I doing wrong by me if I do nothing? Yeah. You're working through that. I can't give you absolutes. Your heart has already showed me what it wanted. The spirit too. But when it comes to the practical side of things, is this what's good for me or this situation? What if I put wrong foot forward in the wrong direction or make the wrong call or the wrong investment? And it doesn't really matter what my heart says, right? Because then I have to deal with the fallout and the repercussions. Yeah. The only thing you showed me really is that it's been so long you don't know anymore. Okay. But the feeling remains strong, right? So how are you going to use strength? Okay. I got to wrap this one up, guys. You will know more as time goes by, yes? Your love has not changed. Okay. It's as equal then as it is now, or it's as felt now as it was then. Okay? Your feeling hasn't changed. If you want to know if it was returned, yeah, it is. Yeah, no, that hasn't changed. Their kind of energy crosses that space and time as well. It still connects to your heart. Like I said, that's always going to be there. Okay? I wish I could give you more, honey, but you're working through it. Please trust that. Please trust that. You are working through this. All right? You showed me a lot of big... I know. Release. You want peace on the subject. Specifically, I told you, the dove there. You want peace. To either release this or give into it. Anything that helps take the conflict out of your heart. Okay. Some of you might do a pivot. Okay. Let's do a time check. Take these with some flexibility. Okay. Talk about pissing people off. That's one of the reasons I don't do time checks. Oh boy. They don't get real mad. Okay. At dawn. Some of you are early risers. Yeah, I hear you. What else, please? Within 5 years. For some of you, this represents 5 years overall. From back when you could mark it with that 5 of Cups, the sense of sadness and loss, to where we find you in present day. I told you time had passed and these things are still sitting in you. So what does that tell you about its importance value? Or its value of importance, excuse me. Okay. But I know, practically speaking. Trust yourself. In the end, you stand in your power. Okay? We have one letter, Y. Just Y. Didn't I say that? Is it a yay or nay? Yes or no? That's up to you, though. We have the Medallion of the Child. Children might be involved. You, them, somebody. Somebody could be concerned with family. And then also in terms of, like, say, just the metaphor for a child. And the positive, unconditional love, vulnerability. Okay. Just the openness, the joy to be alive. Okay. That happiness makes you feel childlike, the wonder of it. The negative, dependencies, false dependencies or otherwise a sense of helplessness or feeling small. And then we have the Rose of Venus. For some of you, Taurus might be your Venus placement, or just speaking to the fact that you are ruled by Venus, or that you might feel that in some way this is your Empress / Venus or your equivalent. Okay? All right. Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. I really do. Trust me, you're making progress in all this. Most of it's taking place in ways you can't see, but you can absolutely feel. Okay? And that's what it is to have a King of Cups in your strengths, and that's what it is to have temperance in your environment. You showed me the passage of time over something that seemingly looks very simple, but is clearly spiritually complex to you. You are making progress. I saw your kind of practical self. And you have thoughts on that as well. Okay? It's up to you. I hope it helped, though, in some way. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. There you go. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Virgo. Okay. First card down, Knight of Cups, crossing the Ace of Wands. Ooh, fancy. We'll see what's going on. Crown, 4 of Wands, and past 7 of Wands. Oh. Ace of Pentacles is exiting. That's interesting. Oh, before you, the 5 of Swords. What? 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 Come on, man. Wait, sorry. I was like, no. Virgo, no. Come on. You can do it. Anyway, hold on. Let's keep going. Strengths, 9 of Pentacles. Environment, the Lovers. Ha! The Magicians and the Hopes and Fears. Why are you doing this? Like, why? 10 of Wands. Why? Why? Time is of the essence, Virgo. And I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just having a strong reaction to a strong reading right now. That's it. So it's either yours or it's not. Okay? If it's not, don't feel excluded. This is normal. Collective readings are such. It either is yours or it's not. Okay? So check your other placements. But for the Virgo I'm looking at, you're so close. You're talking yourself out of it right now. I'm trying to prevent that. But again, to each his or her own. I can't make you do anything. You've been manifesting this forever. And I want what you want. But you have to know that you want it and that you're ready for it. Okay, but it's this. I don't want you to miss out. You're so close. It's killing me, Small. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, it's still preventable, actually. Knight of Cups and opening. Yeah, your heart space is feeling all soft and ooey gooey. It's like you're like a fresh out of the oven chocolate chip cookie. You know, it's just the best. And they're all warm and delicious, and the chocolate's just about melty, but not too melty. You're just fresh out of the oven. Ooey gooey. Love it. Eat you up. Yum, yum, yum. Ace of Wands is crossing you. Yeah, you have reason. You have, it's not that you are without inspiration. You have inspiration. I guess you do. You have inspiration. You're turned on, but it's challenging. It's like, oh gosh, should I open up over there? Should I open up over there? Oh, but you have reason to. You really do. Oh gosh, but your nerves, I'm not saying you lack nerve or courage or strength. I'm just saying this, like the nerve though is not lined up to what you're feeling. It's like, but I see that you mean to though. You mean to. This is what you've been manifesting, honey. This is game day. It's game day. Okay? No pressure, but game day. 4 of Wands is at your crown. It's like relationships on your mind in some way. It presses upon you. Presses upon your mind and your spirit. 7 of Wands is in the past, not too long ago, so this is very recently converted energy. That might be why. Recently converted. A 7 of Wands in the past, you're like, no way, no way, no. And then this is what I would typically do for Taurus. And then once the arms are locked, there's no undoing that. It's kind of stubbornness. The 7 of Wands is in the past. It's like, oh no, no way, no way. No way. Have a nice day. No. No. And you were just on no. You were on lockdown. And it was a form of defense. I get it. Self-protection. It's just your energy wasn't going to go there in the past. So it looks very recently converted. So that tells me you had a fresh source of inspiration. You had an idea. You had a feeling. And you're like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. But prior to that moment, if I can do it, you're like, no, absolutely not. Stupid. So it looks like it's very recently converted, and I know you typically need a kind of warm-up period before you start doing something, or you allow yourself to start doing something, like a warm-up period. Okay. So you went from no, it's no, 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 7, no, absolutely not, to, oh my God, maybe I could do this. Maybe I can do this. And it looks like you haven't had enough warm-up time. Oh, but gosh, honey, when things like this, when the lightning strikes like that, though. God, seize the days. You're like, okay, seize the day, but let's modify that. Let's take out the word, let's swap out the word day for year. Seize the year. Sorry, pull it back, slow it down. So, seize the day, seize the moment. It's so inspiring. No, you're so close to taking action, but I see it kind of slipping away from you. Ace of Pentacles is exiting. Even now, while you're working yourself up into it, you're also talking yourself out of it. You're so close. Ace of Pentacles is exiting. No, the opportunity is exiting. No, Five of Swords is before you in future. No, double thumbs down. No, Virgo, honey, listen to me. Listen to Auntie Sassy. This is preventable. It hasn't happened yet. From what I can see, it hasn't happened yet. That window's closing and you're allowing it to close. Why? Five of Swords before you. Self-sabotage, honey. You can do it. You can do it. You need what? You need a wingman? You need a wingwoman? I'll pump you up. Let's go. You can do it, Virgo. I'm telling you, this is your dream. Don't miss your game day. You're so close to doing whatever the hell this thing is. And I know it feels like a very recent turnaround where you were very much, you had your switch off. It was in the off position for a long time. And then boom, something sparked you and you said, maybe I can flip it in the on position. And you're so close. It's almost time for delivery. It's almost time for delivery. And then you're like, oh shit. The off position's starting to look pretty sweet. Yeah, okay. Look, had I seen something else over here, I'd probably be like, yeah, you're right. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you're not ready, you're not ready. If you're not prepared, you're not prepared. Okay, yeah, the energy's off, the nerve is off, the feeling's off. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, you'll move past it. It's a little bit of self-sabotage. You're shooting yourself in the foot just a little bit, but you'll get over it. It's a superficial flesh wound. You'll be fine. But unfortunately, I saw this. So it's kind of like a double shot to the foot. Bang, bang, ouch. Nine of Pentacles in your strengths. I know that you are someone who very much relies upon yourself. I see that. I'm the same way. You're a person of individuation. What I say goes. Okay. I'm very independent. This is what I can do. Don't question me. Nine of Pentacles, right? Like I said, it's the garden of our own making. You've made a spectacular world for yourself where you get to have say. It's your world. It's your rules. You're very much reliant upon you. The 3G you seem to navigate quite well. It's in your strengths. Like, I got this. See the outer world? It's awesome. Why? Because I did it. Thank you. So I know you know how to act in your own interest in terms of 3D. It's the emotional piece that's spiking so hard for you right now. But it's almost like to the point that it's intimidating because the quality that you can provide in terms of your realistic self is slipping away from this. It's like the more you desire this, I don't know, the more you start talking yourself out of it. So whenever you get into that position of you are talking yourself into or out of anything, stop. That's the Five of Swords talking. Okay? It's self-sabotage. And all self-sabotage is that we're craving known, predictable patterns or outcomes. Okay? Instead of what might actually be good for us. Because that's uncertain. You know? That's not a known outcome. But perhaps rejecting what we're feeling or backing away from what we were going to do, that's going to give us a known outcome, right? I'm just not going to do it. And therefore, we feel some sort of safety even while we let ourselves down. Okay? Whatever this is very provoking to you. And it kind of goes outside your norm of individuation and that kind of can do. This has something more to do with vulnerability and excitement and a very strong connection that seems to be speaking to your deepest forms of manifestation. And it seems to be provoking you. And it really kind of disjoints you from this feeling of control that you otherwise normally have in your life. Am I right? So if you don't put anything forward, you can't be hurt. And then you go back to a known outcome where you don't get what you want, but then you no longer feel threatened, right? That's all self-sabotage is. We know the outcome. That's why we self-sabotage. It's more comfortable than perhaps the fear of unknowing the other side of things. What if it works out? Fuck that. I'll make sure it doesn't. You see what I'm saying? We don't go around doing this on purpose. Most of us don't know we're doing it until we have the end result, which is going to be a deflation of energies, feeling bad about ourselves, beating ourselves up, being harsh on ourselves. Why couldn't we do the whatever? You could have showed me a working kind of theory of career and stars and vision, and I would have told you the same. This happens to be tied up to a very strong connection. Let's talk about that. The lovers in your environment. I know you know who this is. It's in your environment. I don't necessarily see them sitting next to you on the couch. I mean, in some way you share an environment, city, town, work environment. I don't know. But it's known. It's a known fact, right? It's a known fact that you two share a space and time that is very similar. And also, of course, your souls, your emotions, etc. speak to each other. You ever get that feeling when you're out and about? You got that signal, the bat signal. They've been here. And then you start looking around. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's really uncomfortable sometimes, I know. But also, it's also very honest. Okay, you're deeply connected to it. And this is what kills me, brah. This right there, the magician. The magician's in your hopes and fears. Oh my God, this is what I want. Oh no, it may not be. So again, this is really pushing on you. Okay? It's what you want, and you're terrified you're going to reject your manifestation, which is what you're going to set yourself up for doing if you're not careful. And you're hoping that it is your manifestation. Everything you wanted. And then I see the Ten of Wands and the outcome. Things are weighing on you so hard. I see you beating yourself up hard. So, Tarot, listen to me. Listen. I know some of you are going to be angry in the comments. How dare you tell me? I'm not telling you. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. If you resonate with this, I told you from the beginning it is still preventable and it can still be overturned, even if it's already done. You get to choose. You're the master of your own life. Okay, you're the captain of your ship. You're the author of your blueprint. Okay? I see that things are weighing on you because you understand in some way you rejected your manifestation. That's for some of you. Okay? The fear got in the way. And it was safer to keep all this in us, locked inside of us, than put it out there. Okay? And be subject to an unknown outcome. Well, what if they don't return it? What if they don't talk? What if they don't... blah, blah, blah. Okay. I haven't seen such a strong... This is why I always tell people, manifest. If you're manifesting, you have to know. You have to know. You have to acknowledge it. You have to embrace it. You have to accept it. You have to know what you're asking for, because eventually the universe is going to try to deliver it to you. And here you have an opportunity to express it in some way. And I don't know what that is, but you do. It lit you up. To accept it, to acknowledge it. And I see that it weighs on you. You're being so hard on yourself and the outcome. It's like I missed it. I didn't do the thing, whatever it was. And I know where that comes from, guys. I can see, I get it. It's in your strengths. You are such a strong individual. You're used to having things your way, but this is high stakes, universal shit. Okay? It doesn't have guaranteed outcomes. It's like you're going to war and you have no idea who the enemy is, right? Except in this case, you want to go into love and you have no idea. Well, you kind of do, though. How that strong connection might turn out. I know. It's so beautiful, guys. I don't know. I hope you have your moment. I do. 4 cups, the 3 cups, the 2 cups. Wow. We want to connect to this really bad. It hurts. It hurts. It's disappointing. It hurts. 3 cups, 2 cups. We want to connect with it so bad. So what is that in you that's sparking up that says, Virgo, do this thing. Do it. Do it. Do it. And I know, I get it. Just like not too long ago, you'd be like, no, hell no. No. So I don't know why you're inspired today, and I'm seeing that inspiration decline. This manifestation's in your hopes and fears. Yes, the Chariot. Oh, the devil. So we're scared. We're scared. We're so scared. It's fear. It's fear. Yeah, I know. So for some of you, this represents a huge fear. And moving forward, specifically doing this thing. Chariot is forward momentum, moving forward in that particular direction. You opened up with the Knight, again, forward energy, the devil. So again, this is fear. It's not a guarantee of anything sort of toxic or bad. You desire this very much. And you actually had a very wholesome, natural, organic approach to it. And then fear gets in the way. That's why I see you beating yourself up. The fear got in the way. Okay? Not saying you have to. Once more, please listen. Some people don't want to listen. It's like, how dare you judge me? I'm not. Once more, I want what you want. I want what you want. I'm here to help you get it. Okay? But I can't make you not self-sabotage. I can't make you not give in to the fears. All I can do is point things out. I see what you want. It doesn't take much. Page of Pentacles. To get it started. To put it out there, you know? I know, I know, it doesn't seem to take a lot of investment on your part. It really doesn't. You have the strong idea. I saw it. It's even inspiring. But it's a very simple idea, a very simple plan. Where are we on time? I'm sorry, I didn't say it out loud, did I? I thought I did. It's like, tell me what this person's like. Fiery, they're hot, they're creative, they're passionate. Perhaps they're beautiful, as you might define it, or very handsome. And that can sometimes halt people, sure. Yeah, we want to connect. We want to connect for the right reasons. It looks like it's healthy. To me, very strong connect. It looks like it's for the healthy reasons of love, guys, and Nine of Cups and wish fulfillment, etc. I can't guarantee their side of it. I do know this. I don't see anything malicious. I just see fear that's so tight in you, it stops. It's like it. I see you stopping. You were so close, though, and you still can be. Ask for help and alignment. Asking for help and to get into alignment with this. Okay? Ask the universe. The universe saw fit to put this person in your environment. Therefore, your manifestation was acknowledged and recognized. So I say, we got to look at it. We got to be honest about it. That way, we're not likely to shoot it down or reject it when we have the opportunity to. But ask for help. Ask the universe for help to get into alignment with this, the feeling and the action to line up. Okay? Okay. They kept pointing out May. I don't know why. I have no idea why May. May might be important to some of you. Okay. Autumn. And autumn, fall, which we're technically in, yes. Within 2 weeks. Yeah, I know. It's... Yeah. Up until very recently, you said, hell no. No. 7-1's no problem. But within 2 weeks, so that is closing in, isn't it? Yeah, it feels like that. It's going to be now or never, Virgo. Now or never. I don't know why. And I'm not saying you have to do it tomorrow. I'm saying there's this idea you've had that represents a certain time frame that's passing. Okay? All right. I don't know. I want to tell you to shoot your shot, but honey, if it freaks you out that much, then maybe no. OXV. Okay. We have the medallions of Scorpio and Libra and the seashell of Cancer. So you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Clearly, we're in Scorpio season now. So this might have been kind of pressing in on you since Libra season, maybe a little bit, and then rolls in through Scorpio season. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I want you to do what's right for you. And just know it's your manifestation, guys. It's a big one, too. What am I going to tell you? Of course, I want you to shoot your shot, but I also want you to be comfortable. The thing is with self-sabotage, it's never a comfortable experience. We'll talk ourselves out of it, say we'll do it tomorrow, or we don't do it at all. All I saw was fear. Okay? You know, I have, like I was relating in the intro, I'm developing fear of optometry, but guess what? I still got to go. But this is different, obviously. Because it involves the strong energy of someone else that has clearly impacted you. And you've got an idea. You got an idea. I hope this helped you. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, what's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn, please. Okay, what's up? Show me Cappy. Yeah. First card down, 2 of Wands, 9 of Cups crossing. Crowning you, 3 of Pentacles. Death is in the past. Exiting Page of Swords. Before you, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. Cool. Strength. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. I see that's where we're headed. That's cool. I love that. 10 of Cups is in your environment. Excellent. Very happy for you. Loving this. Lovers and hopes and fears. Okay. And the outcome is the Empress. Yeah. You look great. This is wonderful. I'm happy to see this. So you're showing me some energy conversion here, which is great. 2 of Wands is in the opening. You're like, I'm just going to take myself and what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and deciding day by day. Love that. I wish more people showed me that, to be honest. 2 of Wands is really underrated. But yeah, 9 of Cups is crossing. It's like you're holding off your opinion for right now. That's cool. I understand that. It's like, again, I'm looking out upon the world. I'm doing things. I'm making decisions. I am kind of holding off on my opinion about how I feel about this, wish fulfillment, etc. Okay, so right now you're busy. And once more, you are reserving any sort of opinion until you have more to work with. 3 of Pentacles is at the crown. Yeah, you're bringing something together. It looks like you've put this together rather recently. Not too long ago, it seems. And it's still too early to call it in terms of how this is shaping up, building up into structuring. Will it be a fruitful endeavor? Will it be profitable? Okay. Will it grow? Will it expand? Will it stabilize? We don't know yet. So again, you're trying to keep everything to the here and now. 3 of Pentacles, you have the cooperation of others with you. Even if it's one or a couple of folks, I don't know, I don't care. The point is that something has come together and you're at the kind of beginning of it all with these folks. Death is in the past. I'm actually seeing that as a time marker here to Scorpio season. Okay. And the Page of Swords is on the exit. There was a period when we gave this very little insight. We didn't have time for it. We didn't want to make time for it. We couldn't see it. I don't know. We weren't taking it seriously. That's changed quite a bit. Okay, so that period, Page of Swords, of not taking something very seriously or looking into it too deeply or giving it too much thought or consideration is over. We've changed that. And now we're taking it seriously. We are engaging in this, interacting with this, and building something. You and some key folks, guess what? It takes off. 8 of Pentacles is before you in future. You're about to get real busy. So that's great. That's wonderful. I'm happy. So it seems like you had a very distinct Scorpio season where it's like nothing was happening, nothing was going on, and now we have some activity. It starts out pretty mellow. It's good. I completely understand and agree with your stance on let's just take this day by day. I'm going to hold off any opinion on this for now. Let's just see how this thing builds out. And then boom, you got an 8 of Pentacles, baby. Excellent. Well done. Well done. You and, I want to say your team of folks, but it could just be like one other person. But still, you grow this thing. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, yeah, you are busy, happy, happy, busy. I love this. Ace of Pentacles in your strength. You brought this together. I know you did. This isn't something I don't think that you're like, oh, okay, I'll sign up for that. No, I think that's the Ace of Pentacles you created. It is in your strength, so I believe you. I think you created this ace. I think you creating this and co-creating this ace most likely with some other folks. It looks like a really excellent working opportunity. Congratulations to you all. So I don't know that you necessarily all went into business together. Perhaps it started out as a loose-ended sort of project where everybody kind of did their part and just kind of see where it goes. I don't know. But yeah, that Ace of Pentacles, you absolutely created this. You're good at it too. You've created opportunities before for yourself, for others. You know what it is to start something from the ground up. Excellent. I love this. I love that. I love that when people show me that kind of that freedom of spirit. I got to try this thing. I'm going to start it here, see how it goes. And maybe something comes from it. Who knows? Maybe something good, maybe something productive. Could be good for a laugh. I don't know. But it is, you try it. And you did. You tried it. And boom, it takes off faster than you know. Okay. Ten of Cups is in your strengths. Love that. Excellent. In terms of your kind of emotional support system, yeah, you have that. It's in your environment. You have people that love and care about you. That's a priority to you. It's in your environment. So you're saying your inner world, okay, your inner circle is separate from your work world. All right. Clearly, you care about work and the dynamic and the structure of that, and its profit too, I have no doubt. But when it comes to home, you're all about family and friends, people that you harmonize with. So family, friends, that can include spouses, kids, lovers, however it is you define it in your inner circle. Okay, could be 2 people, could be 200. It's up to you. Point is that they're important to you, and I'm glad that they're there. You clearly have strong support. Hopes and fears as the lovers. Strong connection, very more personal to you. I'm curious about that. I might actually clarify that separately. Very strong connection, very. And it kind of sits there back in your energy as a hope and fear thing. Maybe one day, maybe it won't. Strong connection in some way, I feel it. But you don't seem to count it, I don't believe, as part of your Ten of Cups. So this is immediate access, people, in your environment. Immediate access, okay? This one is floating back there on your back burner. I had that strong connection back there. Yeah. So they don't seem to be part of this, the work. They don't seem to be part of the inner circle. They could be, and maybe you're just concerned about them. But for now, I kind of see them as a separate attachment. You know who they are. You're aware of them. Your soul consults with them from time to time. Your emotional self consults with them from time to time. But after that, I don't know. And then the Empress is in the outcome. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that as a significant other. That's absolutely you. If someone here is clearly empowered because you showed me production. So it's actually the Empress in tarot that is associated with productivity, not the Emperor. The Emperor is associated with authority. Okay? Empowerment via authority. Decision-making, ruler-type situation. The Empress here actually produces. So that's all you've shown me, is that you produce. And that you have family and friends that you are protective of. Okay, that's part of the kind of more maternal instinct. So whether or not you're male or female is irrelevant to me. It's the feminine energy of love and protection for you and yours. And then also the producing effort of real world activity. So that's how I know you're the Empress. So you the outcome. It's beautiful, honey. You look great. It's a well-earned status. It's a well-earned role. You're highly thought of and relied upon. Okay, so not just in work, but in home too. And that's beautiful. Okay, love it. All right, let's get some open-ended advice for you. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Loving it. Really good read. I do, yes, now that I think about it, all the earth signs today have shown me the lovers in some way. In some way. Poor Virgo, they're going to hate me. It sucks because they have such beautiful elements, but for the person who's stuck on it, they're not going to see that. I hate that. Yeah, speaking of which. But yeah, I believe all the earth signs have shown me the lovers in some way today. Knights of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Okay. Slowly but surely moving past any doubts tied up to the past. Okay. And that might be why we didn't take it too seriously once upon a time, whatever this is. You weren't ready for it. You had to walk in this particular direction for a while to overcome fears of the past and fears of the mind and talking yourself out of things. And you know what that's like, Five of Cups. You know what it's like to miss out for having talked yourself out of stuff, and you don't want to keep doing that. You continue to move forward no matter how slowly. Ten of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Gosh. Okay. It has not been easy. No. With the Empress? No. I mean, you clearly earned your role the hard way, the old-fashioned way. It wasn't a crown somebody put on your head. You earned it. No, you're saying you love what you do, but with it comes a great deal of responsibility. That's very true. The Ten of Wands in this context is part of the gig. Okay, I agree. True empowerment does not mean you get what you want. I don't know where that came from. It's really sloppy and it's stupid and it plays into people's ego. No, empowerment means you earned it. You know, you earned it. You earned the authority. You earned the decision-making. You earned the respect and the attachment and the role. Okay? So it's hard. You're saying it's hard, but you do it for love of the game. Like literally love of the game. Okay? You're saying this is what makes you you. And you don't apologize for that. You don't back down for it. And yeah, that means long days and long nights. You work hard, but you got the results. Okay? You're a person of trust. And if there's problems, you work through them, because you don't want to miss out on any more things or many more opportunities when you know you can do it, you know? So even though you're showing me a lot of emotionality here, it's coming from a place of experience. This is what I've learned. Okay? If I don't do the stuff I'm thinking about, if I don't take it seriously, that's kind of like saying I'm not taking myself seriously. And then I have one more thing to be remiss about. You know? Okay. But yeah, it's one of the things that's made you you. You have to assume a lot of responsibility. You have very difficult days, yes. But you also love what you do. And you are well supported. Now. Okay. Let's get to that meat and potatoes, shall we? Okay. All reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse, and Lovers is in the hopes and fears. You hope one day this thing might be substantial. You're afraid it may not be. There's a strong connection, like I said. It's kind of in the back burner of your energy. It's not in the forefront of your Ten of Cups. Would you have liked it to be there? Absolutely. But you're also saying, I can't take it seriously, because it doesn't take itself seriously. It doesn't show up seriously. It's a very strong connection. You don't deny that. You are deeply connected to it. But you're also saying this connection in and of itself doesn't take itself seriously. It doesn't offer me anything substantial. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The energy comes across to you as insincere, you know. The Knight of Wands in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. So while you're saying it may not be malicious or manipulative or lying, it also can't back up its own energy. In other words, it doesn't give me anything real to work with. So it's in your hopes and fears once more as a guarantee of nothing. It's not an outcome. It's just who we are on the inside. And there's something on the inside of you that speaks to a very strong connection that you're saying you wish one day it could be real. You're afraid it will never will be real. You wish you could take it seriously. You're afraid that you'll never be able to take it seriously. You're saying there's never any validity. Once more, that was, from my point of view, these are all reversal. So just to let you guys know, in case you didn't put this together, I read upside down. It's right side up to you. Okay, I'm very comfortable. I've been doing this for years, since back in the days when I was working with clients. People want to be able to see their cards forward, not the other way around. That's just what I've learned. So when it's when it's in reversal, yeah, it gets my attention. Yeah, so it's, again, you take offers seriously, and if there's one out there that you don't like, you will create it for yourself. You showed me that. Okay, so you take Ace of Pentacles seriously. Something's either real or it isn't. And you're saying that strong connection is strong. But currently it's in the space of not real. It doesn't show up as real. It doesn't claim this connection is real. It doesn't put anything forward that's real. You don't think it's a lying energy. You don't think it's a lying connection. But you're also saying it can't back up how it feels either. So, okay. It's kind of like what I was saying at the end, so it's all talk, no action. That's kind of what that's like a little bit. Not, you know, yours has a lot more finesse in it, obviously, than how I was comparing to my writing, but it's like there's a lack of legitimacy around this connection. You hoped it was the other way around. Okay? All right, comfort. You bring, I know, I got that from you immediately. A huge comfort in your presence. You're just that person people can trust to come to with their bullshit. So you have that maternal side of love, care, and support. Clearly, I saw that for you. That's a point of pride for you. But you also provide that comforting presence in the work realm. You always know what you're doing. You just know what you're doing. You provide so much comfort to people emotionally. And also, you're a healing figure in many ways. It's something that, comfort and healing. You have that kind of presence. I wonder who comforts and heals you. Remember that even the therapist has a therapist. So I don't know if you have anyone in your life that you feel that comforts you or heals you. But please know that that comes from within first. So I see how well you do with others. Make sure you put some of that into you as well. Okay? Until there comes that time that someone can join you and give that back to you. Please be sure to give it to yourself first and foremost. Okay? All right. I was very curious about that Maybe one day, guys. It doesn't tell me much. Will that be this way forever? I don't know. Is it that way now? Yeah. Okay. On a Monday, apparently. I don't know. Perhaps Monday is your day of the week. A lot of people hate Monday. Not me. Mondays is when I rise and shine. It's like that's the most challenging day of the week. And that's where I get most of my work done. I tell you what is on a Monday. I have the most warrior-like attitude on Monday, where a lot of people hate it. I live for it. You know what days I actually hate? Tuesday. Fucking hate Tuesday. Tuesday's a little bitch of the week. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to me you understand that you don't. There's some people I know who hate Friday. Everybody loves Friday. I know some people who hate Friday. It just depends. Within a year, within 4 years, whatever that means to you. I'm doing time checks out of courtesy, but like always, take these with some flexibility. It's different for different people. So within a year, within 4 years, for some of you, this was a process that represents overall years worth of consideration, maybe, or something that you put off for a year and that you are now intentionally putting work into. A year, for some of you 4 years. For some of you, it has something to do with this lover's energy. I don't know. Anyway, I hope this helped. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. Okay, SRY, and then we have the infinity loop. Oh yeah, I know. You told me. No, you understand that that's a strong connection, that it's a deep bond, but it's one at this point in time, unfortunately, you can't take seriously because it doesn't take the connection seriously. It doesn't put anything forward to sustain the investment or the energy. You don't think it's a lying connection, but you also don't think it's valid at this time either. I understand. All right, Capricorn, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? And happy birthday. What's going on? Show me, Scorpio. Oh, let's see. Wait a minute now. Oh, no, it's the 13th. So, happy November 13th. 13 being our power number, yeah? Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Hey, that's cool. That lined up well. Cool. That just occurred to me, yeah? Because I had put out the shorts on 11/11. I was like, wait a minute. Doesn't that mean today's 13? Yes, it is. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio, please. Do you know what I can't stop listening to? Seriously. The most unexpected mashup ever in music. I mean, I find it to be so, but I love it. It just lines up so well. Four Non-Blondes, What's Going On, mashed up with Nicki Minaj's Bees in the Trap. Oh, talk about, you know what? Talk about the team up we didn't know we needed. It just makes sense. Anyway, it's cool. I like that one a lot. I hear it all the time. Constantly. It's like my jam. Anyway, I used to tune my vocals to the lead singer of Four Non-Blondes, Linda. I think her name's Linda something. I used to tune my vocals to her. She's got some strong vocal cords, though, that woman. All right. What's up? What's going on? Bit of a chat. You have to excuse me. I like to chat to my crew a little bit. Okay, that's just how we are around here. All right, Sun. Yay. Crossing the Emperor. Oh, yes. Crowning, Nine of Pentacles. Page of Swords is in the past. Yeah. Exiting, Knight of Wands. Before you, Judgment. Whoo. Looking fierce today, honey. Fierce. Strength's the High Priestess. Naturally. Environment, Queen of Wands. Stop it, honey. You're going to hurt yourself. You are going to hurt yourself. You got too much energy today. So much power. It's like, what? For some people, it's natural. Okay. Hopes and fears, Nine of Wands. Yeah, I bet. Knights of Pentacles. Okay, good. No, we shift gears a little bit there. Good. I like this. I do. I like it. But you are showing a lot of power energy today. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of like saying, roughly speaking, this whole thing, if I were to summarize it, you're on your game right now. You look it. You very much look it and you feel it. You're showing me high levels, fierce independence. Okay. That you are who you are, and you're going to do what you're going to do. He's like, there's no stopping you, honey. There's no stopping this freight train here that we call Scorpio. The Sun you're opening. Yay. Happiness, sunshine. It's just, you got a smile on your face. There's some lightness to you. I love it. Feeling warm, happy, just natural. The Emperor's crossing. It's kind of like, you softened up a little bit. You let your guard down. Okay. Something here about maybe relaxing a little bit. Not feeling the need to be so much in control these days. That's still very much who you are. Like I said, you're going to do what you're going to do. But there's a kind of sternness that in your personality that you relaxed a little bit. I can see that you're used to operating from a space of authority, okay, of empowerment. But it's like, you know what, I'm just going to relax a little bit and enjoy this happy feeling, okay? It doesn't look like you have too much reason otherwise, you know? I don't see you questioning your authority or your sense of empowerment. No, it's kind of like I feel like I've caught you in a moment of being off guard, or you having, quote unquote, let your hair down, something like that. But yeah, no, it's just to feel the sun, to relax, to be happy. Laugh a little bit. Nine of Pentacles at your crown. Oh, yeah, no, you're still very fierce, very independent. I can stand on my own 2 feet, thank you. And the Nine of Pentacles, as I often say, it's the garden of our own making, of our own design. This was a prominent feature in Virgo's reading, I believe. So if you have any Virgo in your chart, check theirs out. It's a prominent feature in you, too. Very independent you are. You like to do things your way. And like I said, it looks like you relaxed just a little bit recently. Let your guard down. That need to control everything's come down a little bit. You just want to relax for a little while. Bask in the sun. But yeah, otherwise you're someone who prizes being highly operable. Always having something to do. Okay? Always creating that garden, rearranging things. But yeah, focused on your own personal sense of security, your output, your 3D. Very cool. I understand. Page of Swords in the past. Doesn't tell me too much. There's something here that... couple things. Either you used to keep your eye on, okay, or you thought very little of. So, Page of Swords, that's really the only two interpretations that poor little guy has. So the Page of Swords is what I call the loose eye. You're keeping a loose eye on something in the past. Doesn't tell me too much. Doesn't mean it's threatening. Doesn't mean it's obsessive. I'd have to see more evidence to go there. I don't have that evidence, okay? And then also, like I said, there's something you thought very little of in the past. You didn't give it too much thinking, too much insight. You didn't think you needed to. Okay? And that's interesting because I can see that when you put your focus on things, you flourish, right? You're larger than life. You're huge. At least you look that way. You're fierce as hell. So that also tells me that when you dismiss something, you really dismiss it. It's out of my eyes. It's out of my peripheral. It doesn't bother me. I put no thought into it. Literally because you have other things to focus on. However, you know what's interesting? I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and default to the original interpretation here. Without further insight, that there's something here you used to keep an eye on. And you stopped. Knight of Wands is exiting. It doesn't captivate your interest anymore. Knight of Wands. Something that used to captivate your interest. Hope, passion, enthusiasm, creativity. Something that perhaps you used to chase. Or you wanted to chase you. I don't know. But it's exiting. It has such a small eye on it. And I just see you letting it go. I don't want to pursue that anymore. I don't have that intensity for it anymore. I don't have that flame towards it anymore. I'm not turned on by this anymore. I'm not interested in that anymore. It doesn't captivate me or my passion or my interest anymore. It can't keep up with me or whatever. I don't know. Page of Swords, I just see you loosely looking at whatever it is that used to get you motivated, turned on, whatever. You're like, that's interesting. There's so much other things I actually do with my life. So I just kind of see you looking at that. And Knight of Wands, it has as much stay power as it wants to stay. And whatever this is, it doesn't seem to have much stay power. And you have such a small glance towards it. It didn't do much to keep in your line of sight, perhaps. I don't know. To keep you turned on by it. Because I can see that when you throw yourself into things, you thrive. So, whatever that is, didn't want to thrive or thrive with you. Otherwise, you would have thrown yourself into it. But I just see you kind of nonchalantly watching it. It's in the past, and it stopped holding your attention. It stopped holding your gaze. You don't give it focus anymore. Judgments before you in future. Yeah, no, you've changed oodles and oodles. You've changed. You've been reborn 1,000 times over, it seems. Refined yourself, choosing empowerment, choosing independence, choosing ability and capability and happiness over anything else. Pursue, build. Judgment, and you're not done. You're not done. You're going to be hit with a little more insight here soon. Lessons learned, refining your process. You're not done. You're due for a little bit more judgment here soon. Okay? Perhaps an acknowledgement here of more rebirth. Who knows? Who knows at this point? It's already quite magnificent. I like how you're Emperor sideways, just long enough so you can get some sun. Like, oh, okay, this is nice. I got to remember to get off my throne from time to time. Got to chill, got to relax, got to be, happy. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's it. I just see you in repose. You're reclining. All right. The High Priestess is in your strengths. That's what I'm talking about. See, excellent. You need to show me that more often. And more importantly, you in real life, whoever it is I'm speaking to, you need to show that to yourself more often. Remember, that is a strength above all. This being your strength is what led you here. To be that person of outstanding independence and empowerment, etc. Someone who has authority and weight, and someone who knows when to stop and appreciate being happy. To live a little, lighten up. Okay? It's a feeling. Follow that feeling, allow it to guide you. It's very tricky. It is very uncomfortable for people to navigate via their intuitive selves. It's not straightforward, like reading directions. That's more of a Knight of Pentacles. The problem with the Knight of Pentacles, aside from the speed thing, it's a blueprint. But it's a blueprint that you could have written 5, 10, 20 years ago, and it may not apply to you anymore. But you keep walking that path because you said so, right? So the intuitive process requires a lot more finesse. And it can have you making unexpected turns and trips, but that's the whole point. It gets you to where you need to be. It's not always about plan. It's not always about how hard we work. It's are we listening to ourselves as we go along? Is this right for me? Is this correct for me? Is this an empowering thing, yes or no? This thing I'm attracted to and I'm seeing it slip away from me because it doesn't hold my attention anymore. What is my intuition saying about that? Oh, let it go. Let it go. It's not going to have any stay power for the long term, Scorpio. So just watch it go. There's other things you could be doing. Stuff like that. But that's a hell of a strength to have. I'm very proud of you for that. That's excellent. That means you took time to develop it. We're all born, just to be clear, we're all born with the intuitive process. It's just some people are more inclined towards it, or they trust it a little better, and therefore they develop it. You have. Queen of Wands is in your environment. I know. I think I'm looking at a Scorpio. You have a lot of fire in your chart. Particularly, well, actually, they're all here. Leo, Aries, and Sag. But yeah, you're very fiery. You're such a go-getter. You're a trailblazer. I know you can come across perhaps as being loud, obnoxious, or maybe a control freak. But I tell you what you do get results, and you feel good about you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, which is something I say all the time. A lot of people might say that you opt for brute force, or you're just a workaholic, or it's more than that. You're not doing anything here that you don't personally want to do. It's your choice. It makes you happy. Therefore, you keep doing it. You listen to yourself. I have no notes for you. I'm so not inclined to give you advice cards today, but I will. Nine of Wands. Excuse me. For those of you who hate the sound of sipping, guess what? Oh, this was an early birthday present from a friend of mine. I'm sure you recognize the logo. I love coffee in the general sense. I'm not married to Starbucks. No, I know a lot of people are. I'm not, honey. Coffee's coffee so long as it's good. I'll drink it. But no, they have really nice glassware. So they got me a cup. I have a nice collection of cups, I have to tell you. Oh, none of them match. I don't want them to. That's the whole point of having a collection of cups, is I don't want them to look the same. Okay, Nine of Wands is in your hopes and fears. Now that's interesting. The fight. That's the fight. You're talking about the energy here specifically. So Nine of Wands, in its pro form, okay, it's about that fight, fighting that good fight, having the energy to do it and to keep doing it. The con form, okay, the weakness is fighting uselessly and running out of the strength and the energy to keep doing it. So what is the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That can be the Nine of Wands in the negative. But in the positive, you're the warrior. Okay? You keep going. You're showing me, and this is no guarantee of an outcome, it's just who we are on the inside. You're that person, and I understand you very much. I do. You never want to lose your energy, right? You always want to be available to fight that fight, whatever your cause is, whatever it is you're building into, your security, your sense of control, your sense of your, just how you experience yourself in everyday life, your happiness. You always want to be available to fight that fight, but you wonder sometimes what happens when I run out of steam one day. All the more reason, listen to yourself as a strength, okay? 9 of Wands in this position for your reading that I've seen today makes perfect sense. It's 1,000% on point to your character. You don't get this far by just listening to yourself. You have to have the will to back it the fuck up. You understand? I see that's you. Outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. And now, in the outcome, you slow down a little bit. You switch gears. I'm not saying the blueprint here of a kind of steady thought or a steady plan of action. You literally kind of slow down a little bit. in future, like you shift gears. It's like we're gonna slow down a little bit because it's telling me that you've accomplished some really important things and that perhaps you want to slip into a more neutral speed. Okay. The big energies for you are already in place. You're so well established as a character. Now, I'm not saying we don't have work to do. Clearly, judgment's still before you. You have things you have yet to still learn or to relearn. But above all, understand and appreciate your own rebirth cycles and how it's gotten you this far. The most interesting thing to me is that which you watch slip away because it can't sustain your attention or it doesn't want to hang around to invest in your attention, to keep your gaze upon it or interact with it. I don't know what. Did I tell you this, though? I mean, it reminds me of that scene. What was it? Oh, Julia Roberts. It's a classic. Pretty Woman. Yes, Pretty Woman. Big mistake. You know that scene? Big mistake. Big mistake. Because look what happens when you put your attention on anything that's important to you. You bloom, honey. You fucking blossom. So I don't know what that was, but honey, that Knight of Wands couldn't keep up with you anyway. It probably wouldn't even know what to do with half your energy if you even put it in their direction. So I don't know what that is. It looks cute, it looks hot, looks fiery, but it couldn't hang out where you are. No. They still see us like a fire as a plaything. You're like, it's not a plaything. It's not a plaything. Fire's not a plaything. You're like, fire is a way of life, baby. Whatever that is was playing around with it. You're like, no, I command it. I was like, big mistake. Look at what I could have done with you. That's all right. Your intuition then should have told you whatever that is supposed to pass you by. You're supposed to lose your eye for it. 10 of Cups. Knight of Swords. Queen of Pentacles all day, every day. You know, and that's interesting. You have such an outer exterior that's very tough, rigid, rich. Okay. But your internal exterior is actually very soft, very feminine, very loving, very caring. You're saying, this is who I am at home. No. You're mean on the streets, right? You're tough on the streets. But again, it's all good stuff. It's empowering. Like I said, you do what's right for you. But when you're at home, you're a very softer creature. So Queen, this is the home body, the home energy right here. Knights of Swords. You're saying everything I do realistically in terms of providing, structuring, caring, investing, responsibility ties back to my inner circle, my family. Are they happy and healthy? That's it, yes or no. Everything I do for them. So you are that person who fights hard for what you believe in, but you have a very tough outer exterior, okay? But this is why you do it right here, okay? This is your home base. These are your babies. This is everything to you. Okay, so when you're at home, you're soft, you're maternal, you're loving, you're very protective of your home energies. Okay, all right. And saying that's a big part of who you are. So you act tough on the outside, but on the inside, 3 of Cups, you are loving, just warm and protective. 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Who's this? There's no reference point for this person up until now. It's hard to believe it's that. This energy is slower. This is some King of Pentacles here. You kind of showed me who you are at the home base, the home territories, in your environment. You're lit. You're a fiery creature, very passionate. But you're saying your motivation speaks for itself. And it does. Three of Cups, King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Who's that? Someone who technically shares the earth frequency, that sense of priority, responsibility, I just said that twice, didn't I? Investment, excuse me. So on and so forth. But Nine of Swords, why are they worried about you? Why are they worried about you? Three of Cups, connecting, reconnecting. Why? Why are they worried about you? You told me when you're at home you take care of business. It seems that this person's worried about their connection to you. What is this, please? Okay. There's that Queen of Wands again. A Chariot. A rush of energy towards you. That fiery side of you, that attractive side of you. There's a rush towards you. A Chariot. Okay, well, that's the theory. Is it going to happen in reality? I have no clue. It's on their mind. They're anxious, possibly very fearful about the ability to connect or reconnect with you. And I don't know why there's so much anxiousness around that thought. There's a rush of real positive, strong energy towards you. Yes, absolutely. Particularly where you are in your environment. It's okay. And someone sees you as the fiery creature you are. Very much so. But at home, you're a completely different Scorpio. Again, your exterior and interior, two different Scorpios. And that's very normal for us, okay? There's our outside face, and then there's our inside face. And then the Fool. Yeah, no, okay. So this, again, it's in theory. In theory, I hate doing stuff like this. I want to see it more grounded. It's hard to see because someone's fear is Nine of Swords here, and that can be very prohibiting. Or inhibiting, I should say. So if that fear takes over, then this won't happen. However, if this person can work through those fears, it will come through. Okay? As a point of opening up to you for the reasons of connecting or reconnecting, it might be a fool's opportunity or a fool's moment or a fool's breath. In other words, it happens within a second. A heartbeat. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, that might be what they do. That rush towards you is real and it's strong. Got to wrap this one up, but I don't know. Just FYI, guys, it may or may not happen. I honestly don't know. But I see how it's directed towards you. But just again, phenomenal reading, absolutely phenomenal reading. This was great to see this for you today. I'm very happy for you. Break free and give. You break is in reverse. That was very distinct. That is, break free and give is in reverse. You break free from any chains or connections that don't give back. Okay? That doesn't do its part, doesn't do its fair share. You're saying, I give the way I do, and I work the way I do because I understand in some way it's returned to me. Okay? So I will break free from any constructs that does not give back to me of its own free will or because it owes or whatever. Okay? Very distinct that is. Was that dynamic? You broke free from anything that couldn't give, stay, sustain, stick around, or just wouldn't give back. But yes, that's a healthy way to live, matching energies. You got nothing to give me? Same. You got something to give me? Same. Within a month. Just doing some time checks within a month could mean anything from tomorrow to a month. A lot of people hate those time checks. Other people love them. I never know. So take them with a grain of salt. I told you, if you have any Virgo in your chart, check those out. Okay, or connecting to, possibly. But yeah, you might have some very strong Virgo in your chart. Could be connecting to in some way. This season might be important to you. I did see the Earth energy here. And then it's still here. The Tree of Life. The Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. Your roots go deep. Okay, you're well thought of in your community. You have a lot going and growing for you. And you want to keep that going. Absolutely. RYVH. Okay, Scorpio honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Pisces. What's up? Show me Pisces. Yeah. Tried to pop out with the sun. Happy. Oh, I hope so. What's going on? First card down. The Emperor. Crossing. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. What's up? Crowning you, Four of Swords. The past, the Hanged Man. Yeah. Exiting the Hierophant. All right. Before you, Ace of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. Wait, are you changing your normatives a little bit? Maybe not by leaps and bounds, but just a little bit. Getting a little flexible there. Okay. All right. Because those two, they're not the most flexible. The Emperor, the Hierophant. But you're thinking about it. Look at you. Getting all flexible and shit. What's going on? You're thinking about changing things up a little bit. Ace of Wands is in your strengths. Environment is the Queen of Cups. Well, good. I'm glad to see you're relaxed. Queen of Wands in the hopes and fears. I got you. Outcome is the Page of Swords. We'll see. We'll see. I'm very curious. That Page of Swords literally tells me diddly squat in the outcome. That tells me a lot is subject to change, depending on this. Ooh. And people say they never see the future in tarot. It's because the future tends to be extremely subtle. All right, that's why. It's woven into the fabric of the present. So it's always subject to change. So do keep that in mind as we go along. All right, the Emperor is in the opening. Yes, very strong-willed you are, empowered. Oh, yes. Very much used to kind of showing me, or yourself rather, not me, but yourself, a sense of authority. This is what I do. This is what I believe in. This is what I stand by. And so when I see the Hierophant nearby, I'm never really surprised. Because where we have one enforcer, we tend to have a second one. Not always, but typically those two play into each other really well when they're friends. When they're not friends, they're each other's nightmare. So Ace of Pentacles is crossing you. Yeah, there's something here you're thinking about doing. You are. It's here a couple of times. You're excited. It could be a brand new opportunity in work, career. If it's a little bit more on the tangible side for others of you, you're thinking about making a really solid investment. Super solid. But here's the thing. You question it. But it's in a good way. It's in a respectful way, okay? It's appropriate for you to question this. Four of Swords is at your crown. You're reflecting on this quite a bit, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. Thinking about that Ace of Pentacles. What does it mean to you? What does that mean to you? That opportunity. What is this? What does it mean to you? Is it good for you? Is it right for you? What does it look like? What does it might feel like? Okay. Quiet. Four of Swords is quiet. It's internal. It's private. Okay? It's something that we do within ourselves. And the Hanged Man is in the past. Wow, you've given this a lot of thought. Like a lot of thought. Four of Swords suggests immediate, I've just started thinking about this for the past week or so. And the Hanged Man suggests a little longer than that. And here's why I say you politely questioning it. It's like, is it me? Is this me? The Hierophant's on the exit. So that tells me you went out of your way to become more flexible. A little more spiritually flexible. Okay, and your will, your sense of will has become a little bit more flexible because there's something in here that you question. Could be good for you, but it requires you to be more flexible. You're saying it could still be good for me, though. It's like I hadn't thought of it that way. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's cool. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad you're questioning. This is the only real issue that we run into with the Hierophant. It's a very large one. Does the Hierophant ultimately represent normatives, traditions, belief systems, core belief systems? Absolutely. Do they become almost inflexible because of that? Yeah. So that's why I say he's also an enforcer, just a different kind. He's going to be either yes or no. And he's very inclined to say no if anything crosses his or her beliefs. So that doesn't leave us much room for flexibility to consider other things if it in some way feels like it might in some way, no matter how small, contradict our core beliefs. You know? But then we don't stop and question those core beliefs often enough. What I believe in, is that helping me or is that harming me? Am I just assuming this belief or tradition or normative to be good or correct? Did I always just assume to do this thing this way? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You're politely questioning it. It's not done in an angry way. It's not done in a frustrated way. It's actually quite admirable. You are quite literally taking the time to gain perspective on this opportunity. And maybe it could be good for you. And for some reason, that's different for you. In other words, this Ace of Pentacles is different. The theory of it's different. It would require you to be more flexible in your thinking, your ideologies, your core beliefs. But you're doing it in such a polite way. You're not kicking your own ass over it. You're not forcing yourself to do anything. You are calmly looking at this and saying, maybe it's good. You're seeing the positive in it. And I love that. I love that. That's so admirable. I cannot begin to tell you how not common that is. Like, seriously. So I'm happy to see that. Um, okay. I wonder what your result will be. Eight of Wands, you communicate soon enough. Communication could be headed towards you, but I actually see you communicating what you have concluded. In some way, you're putting it out there. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is your strengths. Yeah, you're saying you know how to recognize opportunities. You do. You do. And that's motivation and passion for you can hit, and it can hit hard. But that doesn't mean they're all for you, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Alexa, off. Is she always saying something? Always? And never when I ask her? Seriously, she's backseat driver. That one is, okay? Always piping up with stuff when I didn't ask her, okay? And when I do, when it is a direct question, like what it's like, I don't know about that. You know, why? Wait, what are you for? Honestly, what are you for? Everything serves a purpose in this house, Miss Missy. Get your shit together. All right. So, Ace of Wands. Sorry. Why am I like this? I'm me. What am I saying? I got to be me, honey. And you got to be you too. All right. Ace of Wands is in your strengths. Yeah, you know. You know when something sparks you up. You know when something has got your attention. You know. You pay attention to the cues. Okay, you can feel your motivation rising. You don't deny that. What happens is that when you run across this idea of new, you take it to Matt beyond your sense of motivation, inspiration, creativity, or passion and say, okay, but is this what I believe in? Can I stand by it? And that's where your authority comes from. Literally your authority, your spiritual authority, and then your final decision-making authority. Okay. And this one, whatever this is, you're actually getting flexible with your beliefs because something is here for you that you're saying, you know what? This has captivated me. This has my attention. It could be good for me. Maybe I need to start framing it like this because it's different. That doesn't mean it's bad. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm loving this. This is great. Queen of Cups in your environment. Love that. A lovely, beautiful, soft heart. This is what you call your natural state of grace energy. Very well done. Excellent. I love seeing that for you. I love seeing that for all the water signs. When you're at home in your environment, you're very relaxed. You're different. You know what? You're kind of reminding me a little bit of Scorpio. They had the Emperor here, but their outward authority was high, like yours, and their internal self was softer, like yours. Different queens, and very different kind of scenario, but for the most part, if you have Scorpio in your chart, check theirs out. Anyway, yeah, I love that. You're very soft at home. You're very open-hearted. Perhaps you might be very sensitive in your environment, but it's your environment. You do you, okay? Queen of Wands and Hopes and Fears. Now that's interesting. I feel like that's not you. No. We hope for that fire. We hope for that intensity, but we're kind of afraid of it too. And I think that's why you're trying to see if it's for you or not. And if it is for you and it in some way feels like it's challenging your beliefs, why is it coming across as challenging your norms? I'm not trying to take it into relationship context at all. Not at all. It's just I have the most readily, easily example for you. If we were looking at a person here, and I don't know that that's the case for you. I don't know. As it resonates. You would know if this situation or scenario is yours. It's almost like you're saying they're not my type. And that's why it probably will work. It's not your type. And that's why it feels like it's challenging you in some way. It somehow stands outside your norm or your tradition of what it is that you find attractive or what you would say yes to. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's different. Whatever this is outside your type. And the same way you're drawn to it is the same way you're afraid of it. Does that make sense? That tells me that perhaps the exposure to this is just limited or non-existent, and now it's on your radar. It could be that, like I said, it's just outside your type to whatever it is I'm looking at that represents the Ace of Pentacles to you. So I like how you're politely asking yourself to take a look at this and say, is it bad or just different? If it's just different, that doesn't mean it's disqualified, right? Maybe it's good for me. But yeah, it's in the hopes and fears, that same thing that you know how to appreciate when something hits, right? You're kind of afraid, though, of this. It represents some sort of fire to you. Page of Swords and the outcome. Like I said, I'm the least interested in that. Keeping your eye on the situation. That's all I got. Okay. Especially since so much is hanging up on that bridge between where you're thinking about things in a very deep way, and mulling them over, and then there's the actual deployment of what you're thinking and feeling. So Page of Swords means nothing to me. That means it's the most subject to change. I could do this and it would be the same. Okay. I've been doing this a long time, I promise you. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the situation as the story unfolds, as this feature unfolds, as we would say in news. All right, what's up? What's going on? Yeah. All right, Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, your particular court card. What's up? Oh, strength, death, and major transformation there. It's kind of like saying my feelings could never go there. Like they could never go there, or they would never go in that particular direction. And now you find that that's changed quite a bit. So that's enough to knock anybody into a space of contemplation. Again, bravo. I love the way you're doing it. We are not judging yourself. You're not being critical on yourself. You're not kicking your own ass. You're not being mean to you. You're literally looking at this. Is my wanting to do this, is that really so bad? Or is it just another representation of what I believe in? Aha! Brilliant. I love this. This is good tarot, man. It's like, no. There's some places my heart could never go. I could never be attracted, again, going back to the kind of relationship thing, maybe. My heart could never be attracted to that. There's just no way. There's no way. Was I just being stubborn and prideful? Or strong-willed for the wrong reasons? You know, strength is a tricky thing. Like I was telling Taurus, do this, pull it towards you. Either way, it's the same amount of force. So if you were pushing something away because you're insisting it's not for me, it's not my type, that's where we get ourselves into trouble. It's coming from a place of assumed bias or assumption. That doesn't mean it's correct at all. In fact, it usually isn't. We need to get outside of our types because our types end up in the same problems. So get outside the type. It's like, no, we've had such a change there, such a transformation around that idea of strength and pride and discipline. What does that mean? In some ways, you very much desire this, but you also feel kind of threatened by it or challenged by it. It's just different for you. It's perhaps maybe something to look at in your pride. Maybe you're not used to being challenged. And that's part of the reasons why you find this attractive, because you know inherently it would challenge you in the right ways. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Yeah. Some good tarot shit today. Well, for you. So not everybody. I'm going to get a lot of unhappy folks on this one, I know. Not yours, but in the general sense. Oh, no. The Empress. Okay, that's what I meant to see. A High Priestess, Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. There it is again, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. You're saying this could mean so much to you. You have such a feeling and it's hard for you to explain. Well, that's what the intuition is, my dear. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. It's all in there, but pages. We have a feeling. We have an inclination. It's very strong and we kind of keep an eye on it. We have a feeling for it. We're afraid of hurt. We're afraid of abandonment. What if it doesn't work out? That old thing. It's all in there. Yeah. So again, I told you that Page of Swords is the most likely to change. Okay. It comes down to you. I'm very curious to see what you do with that communication. It's either you giving yourself permission or declining, you know? Justice, Ace of Pentacles. I want you to do what's right for you. That's all any of us can do. What's right for you. You know best what that opportunity is and what it could potentially mean to you. Yes, it requires you to... Six of Cups, for some of you, it involves a soul bond, someone of the past. It doesn't have to be. I did notice this after the fact, but still. Okay? It could have to do with someone of the past, someone whom you know. But here's... Regardless, it doesn't matter what the point is it right for you, yes or no? Take your sense of normative spiritual beliefs and traditions. I'm not saying cast them aside. I'm saying look at your assumptions. Okay? Again, you already reached the conclusion before I did. My saying yes to this, is that a bad thing? Or is it also just another representation of me I always assumed couldn't be true? Because you even showed me. It's like my heart could never go there. No. Oh, maybe that was coming from a weird place in me. Stubbornness, pride. Anyway, at the end of the day, this offer is either correct for you or it's not. It either balances you out or it doesn't. Okay? It either lends to your spiritual self or it doesn't. That's it. Okay. Once more, you get to choose, honey. Tarot does not dictate action, you do. And even then, you didn't quite tell me, except be detached. Okay, to receive. Be detached to receive. If it helps you, be detached from an outcome. Hope to receive, but be detached from it. Okay, in other words, manage expectations. But something tells me you know that. I feel like you know that. I do feel like you know that. Be open to receive, but be detached from the outcome. Be glad that you tried. That's really good advice. July, February, December. Again, flexibility with the time cards. Every now and again I do them because people ask for them. I don't want people to get hung up on them. These are out of courtesy. Simply reference points of any point in time in your life that might be important in the past and then also possibly upcoming. July, December, February. Okay? Or tomorrow. It's up to you. You know? CRPMY. Oh. Anyway, sorry, I saw MY, my, and then dove. Peace. Peace, my dove. My dove? Oh, shut up. Don't get all poetic on me. Okay, I don't... I appreciate a good poem. I do, but not during tarot. Because then I'm going to be like, ooh, how so? My dove. My dove, my peace. Something like that. It was very sweet, actually. All right. Anyway, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Well, I tell you what. Scorpios, loved it. Pisces, loved it. Let's see what's up with you. Let's get this thing rounded out into awesomeness, yeah? For the water signs. Pitching for you. Always. I'm pitching for everybody, you know? Virgo had a not easy read, but yes, they could have, easily, if they allow it. So, I'm going to tell you, good and bad reads are in the eye of the beholder. To me, I see the positivity, and some people get focused on the negative, but regardless, let's see what's going on with you. What's up, Cancer? Okay, first card down. 3 is, no. Okay, 8 of Wands crossing. What? No. What's going on? Crowning, 8 of Swords. Cancer. You're like, what? Don't be mean to me. I'm not going to be mean to you. Like always, I get overly sensitive with you, and then your readings turn into like a 25-minute thing. Page of Wands is in the past. Exiting is Temperance. Okay, before you, Page of Swords. Oh, gosh, somebody else had a closing time frame as well. Oh, no, I think it was Virgo. All right, let's keep going. Strengths, 5 of Cups. Well, we'll talk about that. Environment, King of Pentacles. Good. I don't know why that hit funny. Why did that hit funny? Anyway, sorry, King of Pentacles. I don't know. That just left me. I just see what looks like a lone figure sitting on their couch with very deep emotions, but on the outside, just blank. Oh, stoic face. I don't mean blank face. I mean stoic. Like you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know the troubled waters on the inside. On the outside, like a normal person just sitting there every day. Inside emotional turmoil. 2 of Wands in the hopes and fears. It's really simple. Queen of Swords. I see a greeting conversation that changes. Well, I'm very proud of you. You did it. You did it. I didn't know if you were going to do it. If somebody else had a kind of closing in time frame, I want to say it was Virgo. Yours is a little different. Theirs felt like more of a higher stakes, but again, it kind of feels like this is happening now, and the pressure to make a decision is happening now, and I don't know where that's coming from. But yeah, it's 2 people now have shown me, 2 collectives have shown me, if I don't do this thing now, it's not going to happen. Something like that. Let's talk about it. Three of Swords. Ow. I understand. That's heartbreak. It's pain. There's also the fear of rejection, which often causes heartbreak. It's just that sense of rejection, or it has been rejected before, but you're showing me fear of rejection because at the Eight of Swords is at your crown. I'm going to call you out right now. You don't know. It's your fears. You don't absolutely know. You're afraid. So I haven't seen this because right now your line of communication is coming up as inhibited. There's fear on the inside. And because you're afraid you'll be hurt or that you won't get a response, you're not doing it right now. It's very specific today. So it's either A, yours, or B, it isn't. And if it isn't, check your other placements. If it's yours, let's keep talking. Okay, I understand. I know that feeling, honey. Everybody does. What if they don't say? What if they don't respond? Or if they do respond, what if it's all the worst, horrible, mean things? I don't know what's worse, hate or indifference. Well, I'll tell you which one actually I can answer that for you. Indifference is the worst. It really is. Indifference is truly the opposite of love, not hate. A lot of people think hate is the opposite of love. It isn't. Hate still indicates that we are emotionally invested, which means you still have the opportunity to convert that energy into something positive. So I'm not saying exist for hate. No. I'm just saying hate still suggests an emotional temperature is being taken. Whereas indifference, there's no temperature to take. And you're like, all that, Christina, all that shit. Okay, all that. That's why I don't want to do it. It's freaking me out. Okay, so Eight of Wands is to talk or not to talk. That is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Hamlet. Okay, so what you gonna do? Page of Wands in the past. It's occurred to you recently. It's occurred to you recently, actually, to maybe talk now. Maybe now. If not now, then maybe never. Or it's not going to happen. But the feeling occurred to you very recently. It's like a little bip. Like a little bubble that popped. Page of Wands. What about now? Or soon? Like I said, there's a closing window. Temperance is on the exit. So it's kind of like saying, if I don't do it now, or soon enough, I'm running out of time. I don't know why now is relevant. But it always concerns me when I see temperance exit. That means the time of taking one's time is closing out. Being patient or waiting, closing out. Contemplating is moving out. So it's kind of like do it now or don't. I don't know where that pressure's coming from. But it might be important to your timeline. Okay? We're talking days, no more than 3 weeks maybe. Page of Swords. Keeping an eye on this situation. You are. Keeping an eye. Have we not done anything yet? Or are we waiting for a response? Let's keep going. Five of Cups. In your strengths. Okay, for water signs, I'll give you that. All right? I'll give you that. Particularly if Cancer's in your moon. Sure. I can see that. Or your south node. So whenever I see one of these more heavier cards, the sad cards, one of the sad cards in the strengths, can it be a strength? Yes. But it also really indicates a sense of weakness. Guys, I know some of you kind of get lost to the past and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I understand. It's normal. Hi, my name's Christina. I have emotional baggage. Do you? Fucking everybody. So when does it become a strength? So when does it become a strength? When you can reflect on the past and not be hurt by it. Okay? When you can safely reflect on the past and not be hurt by it, that's when it's a strength. And we need to reflect on it. But a lot of people, when they reflect on it, they automatically take it to a place of pain and then they shut the process down. So they never really fully enjoy the benefits of healing or temperance. Okay. For those people who become a little more adept with it, that they can kind of step back and look at their past and they can look at a very painful subject and they're not immediately hooked into the past negative emotions, but they can look at it, like clearly look at it objectively, then it's a strength. And this is where we often learn empathy through experience. There tends to be two types of empathy. People who are naturally born with it. Fucking awful. No, it's given me a lot of skills, but it's awful. I can feel pain in other people, and there's no reason to, but I do. You know, you have to learn to control it like a skill. I'm not very good at it to this day. How about you? And there's other people who learn empathy the hard way. Because I've been through this, I know what it's like. So whichever you are, if you can safely look back at the past and say, I've learned a couple things there. I understand where my pain came from. I get it now. Then it's indeed a strength. The thing is that you tend to keep this all locked up on the inside of you. King of Pentacles in your environment. That's perfectly good. I love that. You strongly identify with someone who is a provider. Love that. You take care of your immediate household. In other words, you're protective of it. Love that, you know. What's the point of having a home if you're not going to be invested in it? Protective of it. Prioritize what's going on around it and within it. These are all excellent characteristics to have. I love that. It's very admirable. It's very attractive. And that's very much who you are. Okay. You're comfortable at home. Or at least I hope you are. And you see reality for what it is. You appreciate reality. You do. You live in it every day. You contribute to it every day. That Two of Wands in your hopes and fears. There it is again. That reflection of communication. You hope. You're afraid. You hope. You're afraid. And then your Page of Swords carries over or rolls over into a Queen of Swords. And then I see you expressing your mind. So something changed. Again, the thing with the Page of Swords, the whole objective is to see advancement. Okay? Otherwise, we're just a loose eye, keeping an eye on something, or we're not thinking about something too seriously or too deeply. And there's times that's a good thing. But in this context, there's something here you need to know, but you're afraid to know it. Okay? Yeah, you're showing me I need to know, but I'm afraid to know it at the same time. I need to talk, but I'm afraid to talk. I need to say something, I'm afraid to say something. Something tells me you've looked back in the past and you get certain things that are difficult to understand. You get it. Empathize with yourself. Empathize with that past version of you. Okay? And I say that's not me anymore. I learned from that. What would I say or do now? That would be my advice too, without looking at the cards. Queen of Swords is in the outcome. Once more, see what's here, not what isn't. So, like I said, I'm going back to that point. You grew. What started out as a casual eye turns into a full-blown dialogue of acknowledgement and understanding and intellect. And I see you welcoming more. Like, please tell me more. Okay? You want to understand. You want to understand, which means you're learning. That tells me communication is taking effect. Okay. All right. Let's get some advice. Oh, just pushed everybody today. Pushed all the water signs. All the earth signs. Oh, dear. All right. I have to redo Saggies. Dang it. Fun with technology. Yeah, I got to redo Saggies. don't. Sorry. You know, I'd like to consider myself a professional. But I'm also a person. And like you, I have real experiences. That just... Anyway, I have my moments. Yeah, that's how we're going to describe it. I have my moments, like most people. Okay? The difference between you and me is that mine get caught on camera. You know how many of you flip off your screen or your keyboard? You know you do. You know you do. That's the difference, honey, is that when I do it, it's on camera. Okay? So let's not be casting stones, all right? No. You know it. I feel you laughing. I swear to God, I feel you laughing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah. It's going to be okay. Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups, King of Cups. And there it is. Queen of Swords. Twice. It's going to be okay. That's it. That's all they wanted to show you. There's that Queen of Swords. You have some air in your chart. I don't care. Right now I see that you have your listening hat on and your communication skills forward. Honest. Listening and being honest. Okay? And then it is returned to you. King of Cups, Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands. This one's a little bit more on the emotionally expressive side, but it's all positive things. Okay? They have a big heart. So I don't know, that it could be Scorpio direct. It doesn't have to be. It could be in reference to the time frame. But I do know this. They tend to be emotionally expressive. I think you can appreciate that. They're naturally passionate. I don't know if they're like that just towards you, or if that's who they are in the general sense. But the point is that I see them opening towards you as a direct choice. Okay? All right. Anything else? I mean, I don't need to. That really... Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Is Leo moon for some of you? Why did they told me to say that? Is Leo moon for some of you? Leo, your moon placement. They told me to say that. I did say Cancer might be your moon or your south node. And that still might be, but for some of you, do you have... I don't know why that was so specific. That's not the interpretation. It's just that it's only Leo moon. I don't know why I'm supposed to say that. This one's for you. That got really weird. Why did I get so personal? Anyway, sorry. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. No, you can do this. You can do this. You've got the energy in you. I know you do. I know you do. You can access it, honestly. You know how to speak for yourself. You know how to do for yourself, honey. You got this. You got this. You got this, Chief. I call you Chief, too. You got this, Chief. You got it. You got it. It's there. It's there. You're stronger. You're stronger than that 8 of Swords, I promise you, in the fear. All right? You got this. All right. I'm rooting for you. I like that. They do pitch it back to you. They pitch it back to you. I know they care about you. All right. Grounding. Oh, yes, I know. I know. I know. You like to keep yourself grounded, focused. Okay. I understand and I respect that. I see that you're a hard worker, provider. Okay? It's what you do. You do not stay idle for long. I know that. You're a person of presence. Yes, I have that feeling about you. I believe you are a person of presence. Even if you're not very loud, you make a presence. Okay? Perhaps you see them as a person of presence. I'm saying you as a person of presence. You might see them that way. I'm seeing you that way. Okay? Let's do some time checks. Take these with some flexibility. They can drive people up the absolute wall. Which is why I rarely do time checks. Why was June so important? Not this coming June, obviously. You wouldn't know about it yet. I mean last June. The June before. June 25 or 24, 24, excuse me. This June, which June? Why? Why is that so important? What happened in June? You could say, yes, for some of you it might have been your birthday season, but I don't know that that was it. I'm not convinced. From June to August. Okay, from June to August. Might have been important. I don't think it's upcoming. I think it's past. I don't know if that helps you. I hope it does. Like all tarot. M-E-J. There's the medallion of Leo. So you might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. Same is true for butterfly, Scorpio. Same. And then we have the Pegasus in reverse. We feel like we have not had wings on this subject, that we are not free to fly or take action. That's not true. That's not true. I see your wings, honey. I see your wings. It's just not the wings you were thinking of. It's strength. Okay? It's there. It's under the moon. All right, Cancer, honey. I hope this helped you. I do. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.